John Lynch also here. Derek Jeter, who's from the area, is also here. Ohio State coming out of the tunnel at midfield right now. Buckeyes pumping up the crowd. There's a lot of buzz and a lot of tension right now, guys.
Coming up next on our AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show, we'll hear from Coach Ryan Day on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians of Ohio State Athletics.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. It's time for our pregame conversation with head coach Ryan Day, presented by Kroger on the Ohio State Sports Network.
Today here in Ann Arbor, Ohio State taking on the team up north. Time to talk with head coach Ryan Day. The Rutgers game, when you look back on, I think you used the term very businesslike. Is that a fair read of how that was taken care of, Ryan?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we had a good look in our eye, and took care of business. Knowing that. There were certainly some big games here on the horizon, and you try not to talk about it, but certainly everyone's in the back of their mind knows what's coming. So it was a good sign that our guys were able to focus and get the job done.
Last 2 weeks, the rushing game kind of taking some steps forward.
Well, it needs to be in this game, and you've seen that progress made. So here comes the big test.
With the rushing game comes the play of the offensive line. Has that kind of been a standard that they've set and really stayed close to all season?
Well, I think it started from the first game, and it's built from there. There's just a certain level of finish, nastiness, toughness, execution. They're smart. They communicate. I think they're working well with Coach Bowen, and so as we know, all great teams, it goes to the offensive line, and it's going to be the same in this game here.
Okay, we'll talk more when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Coach Dave's comments presented by Kroger. Ohio State facing the team up north in Ann Arbor today. The wide receiver group is maybe the one area that's been talked about, but the need for others to step up. Have you seen both in that position group and others guys be ready for the call when it comes?
Well, yeah, we know that we're going to have to play depth throughout the season, but when you get into these situations where, you may not have a guy or two at any position, guys have to step up not only in that room, but then just across the team. We got to do our part, and that's nothing new. We knew that we're going to have to play depth, so a good opportunity for guys to step up, but for everyone's got to be on their game and do their part, and make sure that we're doing whatever it takes to win the game.
We talked a lot about Julian saying how he's played. How do you view his body of work through the course of the season?
Well, he's gotten better each week. He's built confidence more and more. I think you just see it in his eyes. You see it in his approach. I think when you first saw him at the beginning of the year, he might have looked like he was in 8th grade at times. He looks like a man now. He's been through it, and so he knows. He saw this last year. In terms of the run that went on late in the season and these big games. So that's why it's great for these guys to be able to come in early and sit and learn and watch and grow and have that perspective. When you don't have that perspective, it's different. You got to figure it out on your own. Good news for Julian, he's smart enough to have learned last year from Will what he saw, and so he'll use a lot of that in this game right here.
With all that's gone well for the defense, is maybe one of the biggest elements the fact that so many people have had an impact?
Yeah, that's it, and we need them all. But yeah, and I think you just when you see guys celebrating together, there's a chemistry there, and it's going to be the same thing in this game. We got to play 11 guys as one. Everyone on the field has to understand how they fit in and make sure that they're working together, because all it takes is just being off a little bit against a good team like this, and you can find yourself, at a disadvantage. So that's something we've proven we can do all year, and it'll be tested here on Saturday.
Okay, we'll have some final comments when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
To develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
But not tense, and just a confidence, a focus about them, and it's continued that throughout the whole week.
All right, Jordan Marshall scheduled to return. Yeah. Bryson Cusdahl in the backfield. What does that combination bring you offensively for this game?
Yeah, obviously Bryson showed what he can do in the Maryland game, and it wasn't a surprise to us because we've seen it over and over again. We just knew about how good Jordan, obviously Justice, was when he was playing. But Jordan's back. Jordan feels great. He's healthy. He's 100%. Mr. Ohio, so a guy that understands this rivalry just as much as anybody, and he wouldn't miss it for the world.
The Ohio State run defense on paper, unbelievable. 4 rush.
This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Coach Day's comments presented by Kroger. Ohio State and Ann Arbor facing the team up north today. Last couple of weeks, the special teams plays you've gotten with the kickoff return and the punt that was down close to the goal line. Has to be great to see the payoff from all of the work, Ryan, that goes into that.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you know, it's everybody, and I think the guys that are playing special teams too. I mean, it's a when you see a guy like, you know, David Adolph had played special teams, now he's getting a chance to prove himself at wide receiver. You're seeing a guy like Leroy Roker show up on special teams. You know, he's starting to show up on defense now. It started with Jalen McClain last year. You know, Caden Curry, you know, cut his teeth on special teams. Now look at the football player he's become. Sonny and Arvell are on punt. You know, so it goes on and on. Jermaine's running down on kickoff. All of these things matter. Lorenzo returns it for a touchdown. Well, you know, look at how he's playing at nickel. These things come into play, and I think if you want to become a great player, two things. One, you grab onto Coach Mick Marotti and you do everything you can and give him yourself in the offseason. And then during the season, you got to play special teams. And, you know, when you look at our guys who have done both of those things, they've maximized themselves. And so we know how important special teams is on the field. And that's going to be a big part in the field position of this game, but it's also part of their development.
Important to play with emotion in the right manner in a game like this?
Yeah, that's it. You know, it's going to be really emotional. And so we talked about it going into the game and talked to our guys. You know, once you get in it, you know, you got to really stay focused on doing your job and, you know, play for the love of your brother, not for the hate of the opponent. And that's what the message has been all week, and it will be in this game.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ryan. All the best today.
Sounds great. Thanks.
That's Ohio State coach Ryan Day, and his comments were presented by Kroger. Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. Now back to the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
For every Buckeye touchdown scored this season, the Heartland Bank Community Foundation will make a donation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. It's Ohio State and Michigan meeting today in Ann Arbor. The biggest question this week has been about Ohio State's top two receivers and their health. Jeremiah Smith, on a podcast with Caleb Downs this week, expressed optimism on his status.
I'm feeling good. You know, dealing with a little situation, injury-wise, but I should be good to go Saturday.
Smith also talked about his work getting on the same wavelength with quarterback Julian Sayin.
I mean, it started all in spring ball, and then, you know, translated over to fall camp. Fall camp, that's when we really started clicking. Just, going up to him, saying, I got you. Just throw the ball my way, I'm going to go get it for you. And, that's really the biggest thing, building that confidence in him.
And Smith also admitted how his dislike for Michigan has grown.
For me, I say it started in high school. I committed as a junior. I've been hating him since high school, I should say. So it's been in me, forget Timo North.
And offensive tackle Austin Saravelt spoke on the need to provide great protection and the anticipation of possibly playing in challenging weather.
As a left tackle, you protect the blind spot of the quarterback.
and especially this week, be on the road, be on the silent count, and with the edge rushers they have, it's going to be a challenge for us up front. Yeah, I love it. Cold, windy, snow, whatever it is, it's going to be a challenge for us, and we're ready. We'll be prepared for it.
Jim, certainly the last two games we've seen how Ohio State has majored in the run.
Yeah, they have, and over 200 yards, 254 in their last outing against Rutgers, 222 against UCLA. So that was during the course of the year. They were wondering, okay, when's this going to break out? And it did towards the end of the year when our two top receivers are down. The good news is, looks like Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate will be good to go in this ball game, which, knowing as the competitors they are, it's no surprise. They want to be out here. Now, this Michigan defense, coordinated by Wink Markendale, is a very, very productive defense. You look at their linebackers, some of the best in the country, and Moore and Barham. Moore has 9.5 sacks. He's been all over the football field, so we're going to have to do good on pass protection. Jimmy Roller is another senior quality football player with 57 tackles. Still waiting to hear on and Hausman. We'll find out during the course of the game. Again, as a competitor, he probably wants to be out here. We'll just find out with his injuries that he's had if he can play. Expect to see maybe a little bit of number 23, Cole Sullivan, who stepped up in his absence and has made some plays there. But a very effective defense as this Buckeye offense, led by Julian Sain, will attack today.
From down on the field, Tyler Danberg. How did Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate look warming up, Tyler?
They look great, Paul, and they were out there warming up and taking those reps with the number one starters. They both were out there fully dressed, fully suited up. Head coach Ryan Day was even walking right around the 35-yard line while the second teamers were out warming up. And he saw Carnell Tate gave him a quick look, quick thumbs up. Carnell Tate returned with a thumbs up as well. We'll continue to monitor those two-star wide receivers' conditions as this game rolls along.
Coming up, we'll take a look at how the Ohio State defense matches the Michigan offense as our AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics, wherever Buckeye fans gather from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country. Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, AEP Energy is redefining the game with renewable energy plans for your home or business. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. The Ohio State Buckeyes in Ann Arbor to face the Michigan Wolverines today. And as Ohio State's defense prepare to face their biggest challenge of the year, linebacker Sonny Styles discusses the message relayed this week by head coach Ryan Day.
I think the biggest message from Coach Day is just, sticking to our routine, sticking to our mindset that we come into every game with and what we do and who we are.
And, obviously you respect the rivalry, you respect that it's the game, and you know how big it is, but, you can't go into the game, thinking about the stakes or what's on the line. And you go into the game, you do what you do. Trust your fundamentals, trust your training, and see what happens.
And Stiles also points out the most important thing for them is to rely on following the game plan.
Yeah, I think we're capable of going all the way and completing all of our goals. I think when you trust your process, trust your training, you put in the right work, you give yourself a great chance to win. But you still got to go out there and execute. There's a lot of great teams. Anyone can beat anyone in college football right now. So you got to go out there and execute, put it on the field.
And with trying to be prepared for the threats provided by Michigan quarterback Bryce Underwood, safety Caleb Downs is confident that the defensive coaching staff will have them properly prepared.
Bryce has played at an elite level the whole year, so he's a really good quarterback. He does what he does really well, so I think it's going to be a challenge either way. But Coach P does have a lot of experience, especially playing against rookie quarterbacks and stuff like that. So we're confident what we can do.
And certainly, Jim, this is an Ohio State defense that's played at a high level, and trying to create some confusion has been something that has added to their success.
Well, they certainly did that in the first game against Texas, and that's continued throughout the course of the year. Matt Patricia's done a great job of disguising coverages. Tim Walton also helped coordinating that defense on the back end. He's done a fabulous job with the group of players that he has back there. And it takes an experienced group, guys that understand what they're doing. And when you got Caleb Downs down there, Jalen McClain, the way he's really stepped up, David Snigbenozin, he's got 50 starts underneath his belt. He's played a lot of football. He's going to have to play his best game today. And Jermaine Matthews, all the energy he brings. All those guys are going to have to step up against this Michigan team. When you go into this game, you always think of Michigan. They want to run the football. They're going to try to do that again, establish a line of scrimmage behind their offensive line. So you got to stop the run, and this team has done a great job all year long limiting opponents in the rushing game, just giving up 80 yards per game. That's got to continue today.
From down on the field, Tyler Danberg, if you would describe the tight quarters there around the bench area and what it's like for everybody to operate down there, Tyler.
Incredibly tight, especially at midfield. First off, at midfield is the iconic tunnel at Michigan Stadium. Ohio State is to the left when you're going up the ramp. Michigan is to the right. And then once you get onto the field, the quarters are even tighter because Fox Big Noon Kickoff is to the right of midfield. College Game Day on ESPN is to the left. There's not much breathing room, and because of the noise, there's not much time to think.
Understand. Our keys to the game brought to you by DirecTV, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeye satellite free on DirecTV. Visit DirecTV.com today to learn more. Jim?
Well, I hit it on a little bit there, that last segment. Stop the run. Ohio State has done a great job all year. 10 straight games with 100 or less. Michigan's averaging 223 yards per game, so Ohio State's going to have to do a fabulous job. Get him in third longs and then apply pressure on the quarterback. Number 2, protect Julian Sain, protect our quarterback. They've only given up 6 sacks all year, which is top 3 in the country in that category. But they got to do a really good job on blitz and stunt pickup. You know what they're going to do. Michigan's going to attack our right guard position. So we're going to have a great plan there and have to play well to make sure that we protect the quarterback. And finally, this cost us several years, no turnovers. We had a fumble last week on the opening drive against Rutgers. It didn't cost us because we ended up putting up 42 points. You got to take care of the football and then get a few takeaways by the defense.
We're getting closer to the opening kickoff for today's game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. The AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show has been brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
This is Paul Keels for RV Wholesalers. Peace of mind. That's what you get when purchasing your next RV from RV Wholesalers. With every new RV purchase, Ohio residents receive the exclusive Buckeyes service guarantee. If your RV is in the shop, RV Wholesalers will give you a free loaner. Also with a Buckeyes service guarantee, you'll receive free delivery in the state of Ohio and 3-day RV exchange. That's the exclusive Buckeyes service guarantee. Only at RV Wholesalers in Lakeview, Mansfield, Delaware, and RVW.com. RV Wholesalers, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. With Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Horvath, deep second, he is up. Ball goes to Horvath. Horvath fades back. There's a pass. Look out for this. It's a touchdown, Ohio. It's good. The ball is set down. Janowitz boots it. It is good. Janowitz makes the field goal. The ball goes to Haffney through there. And he may go all the way. Look out for this. There he goes. Half along Cassidy. And it's Griffin coming up the middle. 25, 20, 15, 5.
Side steps up and gets to the end zone. Troy Smith.
When you're used to somebody else leading, there's nowhere else to look. You have to be the guy who does it.
To the 20, and he's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith.
It's going to take everybody on the roster to go win a championship.
To the 10 and into the end zone. Punt return touchdown for Caleb Downs.
In the plan to win, the number one thing is play great defense.
Gets the snap, waist high pressure right away, and he's grabbed and sacked. Sonny Styles dumps him right around the 17-yard line.
It's an opportunity to learn and grow and see, what it takes to win in the CFP.
The 9th national championship in Ohio State history. A team that got into the playoffs and they played angry and determined. And they give Ryan Day his first national championship.
From Learfield, this is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Buckeye football is brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance and by the Ohio Kubota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield. And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Toyota-thon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through December 1st, you can get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get Toyota Care 2 years, no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Ohio State at Michigan today, and our starting lineups presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast. Chocolate milk has 8 grams of protein with the power to fuel everyone, including Ohio State quarterback Tavian St. Clair. He's built like a Buckeye, and you can be too. Learn more at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/built-like-a-Buckeye. The Ohio State offense led by redshirt freshman quarterback Julian Sayin. Bo Jackson figures to be the lead tailback. Wide receivers Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and Brandon Innes. Max Clare, the lead tight end. On the offensive line, Carson Hinsman at center. Luke Montgomery and Tegra Shabola the guards. Austin Saraveld and Phillip Daniels will be the tackles. The Michigan defense opposite them. On the line, Rashawn Benny, Damon Payne, and Trey Pierce. Linebackers, Derek Moore, Jimmy Rolder, Jayshawn Barham, and Cole Sullivan. In the secondary, Jair Hill, Brandon Hillman, Zeke Berry, Jaden Mangum, and T.J. Metcalf. The Michigan offense led by freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood. Jordan Marshall figures to be their lead running back. Wide receivers Andrew Marsh and Donovan McCauley. Marlon Klein will be their tight end. On the offensive line, Greg Crippen at center. Jake Guinera and Giovanni El Hadi are the guards, with Andrew Sprague and Blake Frazier the tackles. The Ohio State defense on the other side, Caden Curry, Edric Houston, Caden McDonald, and Kenyatta Jackson on the line. Linebackers are Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese. In the secondary, Davis and Igbenosin, Caleb Downs, Lorenzo Styles, Jalen McClain, and Jermaine Matthews. Coming up, the coin toss and the opening kick. You're listening to the home of the Buckeyes.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. DirecTV now includes ESPN Unlimited. Visit DirecTV.com today. DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Included premium apps may vary. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome inside the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Number 1 and undefeated Ohio State facing 9-2 Michigan here in Ann Arbor. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Michigan is going to be pretty banged up today. Samaj Morgan, their number 2 wide receivers, out. Leading tackler Ernest Hausman, their linebackers, out. Rod Moore out for the rest of the season. Justice Haynes out for what could be the rest of the season. Max Bredesen, tight end. Evan Link, left tackle, were questionable. Bredesen, who was in a walking boot earlier this week on his right foot, is dressed, and he came running down the ramp screaming, trying to fire up his guys. Evan Link also dressed as well.
Well, Rod Moore, defensive back out of Dayton Northmont. He's the guy that had the game-clinching interception in this stadium 2 years ago against Ohio State. The series, Michigan has the overall lead, 62 wins, 51 losses, and 6 ties. Now, that is based on Ohio State's record. The Buckeyes come in here 11-0 on the year, 8-0 in the Big Ten. Michigan 9-2, 7-1 in the conference. Ohio State, the nation's best, 15-game winning streak. And at stake, a berth in the Big Ten championship game opposite Indiana, who beat Purdue last night. They beat Purdue. I mean, they just abused them last night at Ross-Ade Stadium. So the Hoosiers will make their first ever Big Ten appearance, championship game appearance, and Ohio State, Jim, trying to get there for the first time since the pandemic year.
Exactly, Paul. And no surprise for Indiana. I think everybody kind of thought it was going to go that way. They put it together this year. They've been very, very impressive. So Ohio State wants to take care of business to play for a Big Ten championship. It's been a while since Ohio's been over there at Indiana to play in that game. So, but first of all, they got to take care of business today in the Big House, and a great stadium. This is what it's all about, an opportunity to play in these type of games. After the loss last year, Jeremiah Smith said that's not going to happen again. Well, he's got to go make it happen today, and along with another 60, 70 guys on that squad, all have to do their jobs. We got to do a great job of play calling. Defensively, we got to make sure we get stops and get on and off the field. It's going to take everybody, all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams, to work together to find a way to get a victory.
Well, despite how this conference has expanded and grown east and west, these are still the two bell cows of the Big Ten Conference. Ohio State and Michigan ranked number 1 and 2 in Big Ten Conference wins. Ohio State 565, Michigan 557. These two teams also represent the last two national champions in the playoffs. And, of course, Ohio State coming in here trying to see if they can't end a 4-game losing streak. That followed what was an 8-game winning streak over Michigan.
Yeah, and you go back to 19, Ohio State dominated that game, and you thought, okay, this is the way it's going to be here. 2020, you didn't play. 2021 came here, they got the victory, and that's been the way for the last several years. They've been close, but not close enough for Ohio State. They've been one-score games. So you got to analyze that. What do you do different in one-score games? Well, you make your extra points, you make your field goals, and you don't turn the ball over. That's what Ohio State has to do today.
Well, and for those who maybe are just tuning in, the big question all week was the health and the status of Ohio State wide receivers Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. They both were running with the first unit while warming up. All indications that they are both good to go. We don't know if they're 100% or not, but they're good to go, and those two young men have fashioned quite a season to date.
Well, Paul, no one's 100% playing-wise. I mean, everybody's got bangs and bruises. You got bruised toes, or you got a blister, or you got a pinky that's been dislocated or something like that. Everybody's a little bit banged up after you go through a 11 game now in your game 12 of the regular season. So that's just part of football. How good are you at 90%? How good are you at 85%, at 80%? You got to be better than the man you're going against. So that's just the way it is in football. You 100%, that's a myth. That's only after the first practice of the year you're 100%, and then after that, it's all downhill.
Well, the Michigan team has entered the field coming out of the infamous tunnel that exists over on the east end of Michigan Stadium. And, of course, they come out and they jump up and tap the Go Blue M Club Support You banner made famous by the late John Hicks, grabbing that and dragging it to the ground back in the early 1970s. Over 100,000 the capacity here at the Big House, and as always, when Ohio State plays, there's a lot of scarlet and gray speckled in amongst the crowd.
Yeah, it looks like most of them are gathered in the southeast section of the stadium. The band is up high there in the southeast section, but you're right, there is some scarlet spattered throughout the crowd.
And, of course, this is the last home game for Michigan, so their seniors are being acknowledged. Their parents were introduced coming out onto the field. You heard Tyler talk about Michigan with some injury concerns. Most notably was Justice Haynes, a running back who transferred here from Alabama. There was a rumor swirling around the press box this morning that Justice Haynes might try and dress and get out there, but that apparently has been quashed. Also, it would appear Max Bredesen, who is a two-time captain, a fullback/tight end type, it does not appear, even though he's dressed, that he's going to be playing. And, of course, two key losses on the defensive side, Ernest Hausman at linebacker and Rod Moore in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, Rod Moore's been nicked up now 2 years in a row. He's gone through some injury spells, but when he's healthy, he's a really, really good football player. So everybody's going to have to overcome injuries at this time of the year, both on the Ohio State and Michigan side. And, it's just, again, it's what it is. That's why you have second teamers. That's why you have backups, because opportunities come and you got to be ready to go.
And the Ohio State team is ready to come onto the field, as you could hear from the crowd reaction. The Buckeyes wearing their white jerseys, their silver helmets, their gray trousers, and the scarlet numerals as they come out. And we can tell you that there were some extra security precautions taken, not only with the Ohio State traveling party, but also with what was in place here at the stadium. And let's give Sherrone Moore some credit, the Michigan coach. He talked this week at his press conference about trying to make sure there was no flag planting and no repeat of the ugly scene that occurred at the end of last year's game at Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, and again, that's not what you play games for. If somebody beats you up for 60 minutes, you don't fight after the game's over. That's done. The clock says 0. You got to move on. Ohio State, got upset with them playing. I don't blame them, but still, there's better ways to handle it. We've learned our lessons too.
Absolutely. Well, the team captains in position for Michigan. The Ohio State captains will be assembled as they'll get ready for the coin toss. One of the greatest rivalries, not only in college football, but all of sports. We may be biased, but it certainly is one that a lot of other people seem to feel the same way about, and the intensity is always at high level when Ohio State and Michigan get ready to play in football here in the last game of the regular season. Both teams with a shot at going to the Big Ten championship game. There was a scenario, it's quashed now, but there was a scenario that could have seen a rematch of these two teams next week in Indianapolis. But that went out the window with Indiana beating Purdue last night.
Yeah, it's going to be Indiana against probably either Ohio State or Oregon, right?
Yes, and Michigan could be a factor in that
they
too.
Could be.
Team captains are meeting toward the middle of the field for the coin toss. We'll go down to Tyler Danberg.
Meeting at midfield, Michigan's captains, Max Bredesen, who is out there, Giovanni El-Hadi, and Marlon Klein for Ohio State. Sonny Styles, Brandon Innes, Caleb Downs, Austin Saraville.
Welcome to Michigan Stadium
we'll go to
and the 121st meeting of Ohio State and Michigan. We're humbled and honored to be a part of this historic game. The players' heads, the logos' tails. Players' heads, logos' tails. Ohio State, you're the visitor. What's your call? Tails is the call. It is a tail. You've won the toss. Ohio State has won the toss. They'll defer their option to the second half.
Ohio State won the toss. They elected to defer. Michigan will start off with the football. No signal what direction that kick is headed to, but we're going to have a football game.
We'll get it figured out. Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. The game time temperature brought to you by Atlas Butler, 30 degrees. Atlas Butler is proud to serve Central Ohio for over 100 years. Their technicians are scheduled day and night, 7 days a week, including holidays. And since Atlas Butler is always open, you never pay any after-hour service fees for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Call 1-800-FURNACE. Ohio State will be kicking from right to left as we view it, from south to north here at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. The home built by Fielding H. Yost. That's what those who covered Michigan for a long time way back in the day used to say. The house that Yost built.
Well, looking at the flags inside the stadium, doesn't look like there's much wind. You look at the flags on top of the goalposts, they're not moving at all. So on the field, it looks like it'll be okay kicking. Now, the flags that are above the stadium, they're blown a little bit south to north right now.
51 touchbacks for kicker Jaden Fielding of Ohio State. Back deep for Michigan will be their talented freshman wide receiver, Andrew Marsh, who is averaging 20.5 yards per kick return. There is a winter storm advisory for this area in Washtenaw County. They're expecting at about 3 o'clock there could be snow and other conditions coming about. So Jaden Fielding, senior from League City, Texas, has the ball teed up and ready to kick off. And Andrew Marsh is the deep returner for Michigan, awaiting the football to get today's game started. Ohio State, number 1 in the nation, 11-0, 8-0 in the Big Ten. Michigan, number 15, 9-2 and 7-1. Ball in the air, the kickoff. Marsh is backing into the end zone, fields it a yard deep, and he will down it for the touchback. Michigan's offense led by freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood from Detroit, completing 67% of his passes, 2,166 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's rushed for 5 touchdowns. They average 420 yards per game.
Usual starters for Ohio State, Caden Curry, Tywan Munlo Jr., number 95, will get the start at defensive tackle. Caden Curry, Kenyatta Jackson in there at defensive end.
And Jordan Marshall, who missed last week's game, will be starting at tailback for Michigan, a redshirt freshman from Cincinnati Moeller High School and a former Mr. Football winner in the state of Ohio. Marsh and Marshall will surround quarterback Bryce Underwood. Now Marsh breaks and goes wide to the left. 1st and 10 Michigan, working for their own 25. Marsh now moving in motion. Give to Marshall, the tailback, going left side to the 30. He's loose to the 40, running to the 50-yard line, down the left sideline, and finally safety Jandon McLean knocks him out of bounds just inside the Ohio State 40. but Jordan Marshall of Michigan tears off a big run on first down.
Yeah, they ran towards the left side of their offensive line, towards Kenyatta Jackson. We got bottled up inside. He was able to break it up the sideline for a big gain. A gain of about 35 yards.
He is averaging 6.1 per carry, and it is 1st and 10 Michigan at the Ohio State 39-yard line. Center Greg Crippen positioned over the ball. Marshall off the right hip of quarterback Bryce Underwood. He's got 2 wide to the right and a tight end Klein moving in motion to the left. Snap to Underwood, back to throw. Underwood looking, throws middle of the field, and it is caught by Marshall, the tailback. Dropped by linebacker Sonny Styles around the Ohio State 28. That'll be another Michigan first down.
Yeah, 2 plays, 2 first downs going right through this defense early on. Buckeyes got to settle down and get a stop here. Hold them to a field goal attempt at least.
This defense of Ohio State, number 1 in total statistics, total yardage, but Michigan has found a crack right away. 1st and 10 Michigan at the Ohio State 29-yard line. Donovan McCauley will go wide to the left with Channing Goodwin. Andrew Marsh wide right. Jordan Marshall in the backfield and a pistol behind Underwood, and Jordan Marshall the give going right side. This time he's going to be knocked down right at around the Ohio State 28 linebacker Sonny Styles, one of the first defenders who get there to bring him down.
Yeah, Sonny Styles was able to fill that gap and limit that just to a short 1-yard gain there as they ran behind the right side, their right guard, right tackle Andrew Sprague.
Jordan Marshall coming in with 4 games of 100 yards or more rushing this season. It will be 2nd and 8 Michigan at the Ohio State 27, opening drive of the game. Michigan will send 2 wide, McCauley and Marsh wide to the right. Jordan Marshall in the backfield to the left of quarterback Bryce Underwood. 2nd and 8 Michigan at the Ohio State 27. Now Hoffman, a tight end, moves into the backfield. Underwood's going to take off running left side, and he's grabbed and dropped by Kenyatta Jackson right around the line of scrimmage, maybe the 28-yard line.
Well, they got him in the 3rd down. It took a while, but they got him in 3rd down. So Ohio State's got to find a way to here to get a off the field and hold them to either a field goal attempt or if you get a sack, tackle for loss.
It's a course in 3rd and 8. Michigan at the 27 of Ohio State. Bryce Underwood quickly in a shotgun, but we get whistles to stop play.
Timeout.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Well, the Michigan
First
offense
charged.
has jumped on things
Media.
in a hurry.
Timeout.
As they have the ball at the Ohio State 27-yard line. Buckeye football is brought to you in part by Encova Insurance for auto and home, and circling you with solutions you can trust. Encova, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout, 12:45 to play first quarter. No score. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day, means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes.
Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you.
Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, Andrel is an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, who knows a thing or two about American defense. 12:45 to play first quarter, no score, but Michigan 3rd and 8 at the Ohio State 27. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
On that second down stop, you could hear a loud noise from the Ohio State crowd amidst the sea of maize and blue, and there was nobody on the sideline more fired up than linebackers coach James Laurinaitis. It was about 20 years ago at this time of the ballgame where he was thrust into a tight position to play, and he's been cheering on his unit so far.
Well, Ohio State had to burn a timeout because they were misaligned on defense. So 3rd and 8 Michigan at the Ohio State 27-yard line. Donovan McCauley is wide to the left along with Deacon Tonielli. Wide to the right are Zach Marshall and Andrew Marsh. Jordan Marshall in the backfield with Underwood the quarterback. 3rd and 8 Michigan at Ohio State's 27. Greg Cripp in the center, snaps the ball to Bryce Underwood, looks to throw, dumps it on the screen right side, incomplete to Jordan Marshall as he dropped it at his 30 with safety Lorenzo Styles coming up on him. So Michigan will have, we would think, a field goal try.
Yeah, 45-yard field goal attempt. Ohio State, after giving up 2 first downs, settled down and was able to hold Michigan here on this fourth down attempt. They'll send their kicker in to see if he can put it through the uprights.
It's going to be a 46-yard try for Dominic Zavada, who on the year's 12 for 19. He was 1 for 2 last week at Maryland. Greg Tarr is the long snapper. The punter, Hudson Hollenbach, is the holder. It will be a 45-yard field goal try as it's placed at the 35 by Hollenbach. So Michigan trying to get on the scoreboard first. Everybody seeing set on the line of scrimmage. Long snapper Greg Tarr positioned over the ball. Tarr set, snaps it to Hollenbach, and the kick for Zavada for a 45-yard field goal is in the air toward the uprights, and he knocks it through to give Michigan a 3-0 lead over Ohio State. 12:37 to play here in the first quarter in Ann Arbor, and Michigan takes the opening kickoff, drives downfield and scores. And you can score perks on game day essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Timeout, 12:37 to play first quarter. Michigan 3, Ohio State nothing. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or kohls.com for details.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Each first down that Ohio State picks up today brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. A Dominic Zavada 45-yard field goal has given Michigan a 3-0 lead over Ohio State with 12:37 to play first quarter. Down on the field again to Tyler Danberg.
Ohio State offensive line coach Tyler Bowen's message to his O-linemen: set the tone early, operate out of the huddle, and be on the cadence. As for wide receivers Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, they're both up on their feet. They've got their helmets on. Jeremiah was catching warm-up passes from quarterbacks Lincoln Keenels and Julian Sand. Carnell now catching passes as well.
Well, it's interesting to see now, Jim, if Ohio State can run the ball the way Michigan did early.
Yeah, Jordan Marshall took 36 yards on the first play of the game. That puts him over 900 for the season. He came in with 871, and then he got 10 yards on a little pass outside. So he was kind of the genesis of their first drive. Jordan Marshall had 2 big plays. Then the Buckeye defense was able to get the stop on third down to force the 46 or 45-yard field goal.
Brandon Ennis and Lorenzo Styles back deep for Ohio State to wake the kickoff from Beckham Sunderland of Michigan. Of course, Lorenzo Styles a couple of weeks ago against UCLA took one 100 yards to the end zone for a score. Prior to that, the last kickoff return for a touchdown came against these Michigan Wolverines. Jordan Hall in 2010. So 3-0 Michigan with a lead. Ohio State set to get the football for the first time this afternoon here in Ann Arbor. Sunderland has it teed up at his own 35, and he gets the all clear to approach it, and he'll kick it with his right foot. Ball in the air. Brandon Ennis waves for a fair catch, and Ohio State will have it at their own 25. Julian Sayin, redshirt freshman quarterback from Carlsbad, California. Number 1 in the nation in completion percentage at 79.4. Quarterback rating, number 1 also, 185.38. And 6 games where he's passed for over 300 yards, playing in this rivalry game for the first time ever.
Yeah, Matt Patricia over there in the sidelines getting his defense, going over the tablet over that last drive, kind of get those guys to make their adjustments. But Ohio State offense is out here with their usual starting 5 on the offensive line.
Ball at the 25 for the Buckeyes. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate in the huddle at wide receivers. As you said, the usual suspects at offensive line, and it'll be Bo Jackson at tailback, just to the right of quarterback Julian Sayin, who's in a shotgun. Tate wide right, Smith wide left. First and 10, Ohio State at their own 25, trailing 3-0. And Sayin going to throw. He'll flip that one deep down the right side of the field for Carnell Tate. And Tate has it incomplete. Knocked away at the Michigan 35-yard line. Zeke Berry, defensive back, poked that ball away from Carnell Tate.
Yeah, that ball hung up in the air a little bit, allowing number 10, Zeke Berry, the senior cornerback, to catch up with the ball and then tip it out of Carnell Tate's hands. But it's just good to see Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith out there.
Junior from Chicago has not played since Ohio State's win over Penn State. He has a streak of a catch in the last 36 games that he has played. First and 10, second and 10, Ohio State at their own 25. Tate again wide right, Smith wide left. 2 tight ends, slot right. Jackson to the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sayin, who's going to throw himself, looks and sends that up the left side. Intercepted! Jair Hill picks it off, and he brings it down the right sideline. Finally, he's tackled at the Ohio State 25 as Jair Hill jumped in front of Jeremiah Smith and gets his second career interception, and Michigan has the football in Ohio State territory.
Now the Buckeyes come out passing on the first 2 plays. They took a shot on the opening play to Carnell Tate, incomplete, and then they go back to Jeremiah Smith along the Michigan sideline, and they come up the interception. We haven't called too many of those by Julian Sayin this year.
5.
Just his 5th interception of his freshman year.
So the defense put in a spot now, trailing 3-0, and Michigan will have the ball at the Ohio State 38-yard line. 12:22 on the first quarter clock. So this Buckeye team find themselves for the 4th time this year trailing in a football game. And Julian Sayin throws his 5th interception. I think Buckeyes got fortunate that they brought that ball back to the 38 because Jair Hill had advanced it even further.
Yeah, and they've had 13 interceptions now in the season, Michigan's defense.
And they have picked off, they've had turnovers in 11 games this season, all 11 of them. Jordan Marshall, the tailback, set up behind his quarterback Bryce Underwood in a pistol. First and 10, Michigan at the Ohio State 38. Wolverines a 3-0 lead. 2 receivers wide to the left. Give to Marshall. No, it's Underwood keeping the ball, and he takes off running left side to the 35 of Ohio State. And corner Davis and Igbinosun will tackle him around the Ohio State 33.
The Ohio State got pinned inside with their defensive end, allowed a little bit of a gap there. Underwood there, Bryce Underwood did a good job holding on that football and then keeping it to bust out to the left.
So to be 2nd and 3, Michigan to the Ohio State 32 is where they spot that ball. 3-0 Wolverines the lead, and they have their second possession thanks to a Jair Hill interception of Julian Sayin. Marshall, the single setback set up way behind quarterback Bryce Underwood. Michigan has receivers all pinched in tight. Underwood under his center, Greg Crippen. Kendrick Bell moving in motion, and the give will go to Jordan Marshall going left side. He's got room, gets to the Ohio State 20, breaks tackles to the 15, and he is finally taken down by safety Jalen McClain at the Ohio State 10. Jordan Marshall he's got Michigan 1st and goal.
He had 2 plays on the ground. Again, was enough to pick up that first down. Jordan Marshall running through Buckeye tacklers to pick up that first down. Now they got to really hunker down here, backed up at the 11-yard line.
Yes, they spotted at the 11, so it is a 1st and 10 for Michigan. 11-11 in counting first quarter. Jordan Marshall, who did not play last week, running fresh this week. 3 wideouts to the right side for quarterback Bryce Underwood. Off his left hip is running back Jordan Marshall. Snapped Underwood, and he's going to take off running to the left side. He eludes Kenyatta Jackson, gets to the 10, and finally safety Jalen McClain will push him out of bounds around the Ohio State 9.
Better job with contain there by Kenyatta Jackson, but he's got to have the ability to take him down right near the line of scrimmage. You let him squirt out and pick up 3 as he ran to his left towards the Ohio State sideline.
So to be 2nd and 8, Michigan at the Ohio State 9. The Wolverines get right on the ball. Channing Goodwin and Donovan McCulley will go wide left. Andrew Marsh wide right. Tight end Jalen Hoffman set as a wing right, and a pistol set with Underwood the quarterback, Marshall the tailback behind him. Underwood gets the snap, hands to Marshall going straight ahead, and he is knocked down right around the 7-yard line. Caleb Downs, Ohio State safety, came diving in there to cut down Jordan Marshall.
Yeah, Caleb Downs, number 2, came in there, was able to put his head down low, take out the legs of the running back for a short gain.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 Michigan at the Ohio State 7. Bryson Cusdall will come in at tailback, a junior who rushed for 100 yards last week at Maryland. 3rd and 6 Michigan at the Ohio State 7-yard line. McCauley wide left. Wide to the right, Zach Marshall as well as Andrew Marsh. And Cusdall off the left hip of quarterback Bryce Underwood. 3rd and 6 Michigan at the Ohio State 7. Underwood looking to throw. Lofts that left corner of the end zone. Incomplete for Donovan McCauley, who was covered by corner Davison Igbinosun.
Physical coverage there by number 1, Davison Igbinosun. Had his hands on Donovan McCauley there. No call. So Michigan will send their field goal team out again. 2 quick field goal attempts for Michigan here in this first quarter.
Zavada last year, 2 for 2 in Columbus. They were 2 crucial field goals. He was 4 for 4 in the Horseshoe in 2022 when he was a kicker at Arkansas State. This will be a 25-yard field goal try for Donovan Zavada. Greg Tarr, the long snapper, is in position. Hudson Hollenbeck, the punter, will put it down to the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard field goal try. Snap, spot, kick by Zavada is up, and he knocks that one through the uprights to give Michigan a 6-0 lead over Ohio State. They take advantage of the turnover, and we've got some nastiness going on out on the field, but it gets separated pretty quickly by the officiating crew. Dominic Zavada with a 25-yard field goal. Timeout on the field. 9:42 to play first quarter. 6-0. Michigan leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
You get up early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,000. Now through December 31st, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Find your local Kubota dealer at BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
6-0 Michigan leading Ohio State. 9:42 to play first quarter. Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Founded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification and the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
6-0 Michigan ahead of Ohio State. 9:42 to play first quarter in Ann Arbor. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
After Bryce Underwood's incompletion on 3rd and 6 for Michigan, Ohio State's quarterbacks were fired up. They were clapping, jumping up and down on the sidelines, knowing that their defense gave them a stop. Julian Sain incredibly energetic between that field goal for Zavada and this upcoming possession, giving high five for his guys, giving love to his defense, exchanged a helmet tap with defensive tackle Edric Houston.
Well, a little bit of a wake-up call for Julian Sain.
Yeah, it is. They bailed him out a little bit. The defense came up with the stops and, was able to just limit them to a field goal attempt on that 6-play, 31-yard drive that took 2:40 off the clock. So it could be worse. That's the way you got to look at it. Now you have to take a deep breath and go out there and play football.
Just the 4th time this year that Ohio State has trailed in a football game. They are behind by 2 field goals. Beckham Sunderland, one of the seniors whose parents were acknowledged today, set to kick it off for Michigan. Brandon Ennis and Lorenzo Stiles deep for Ohio State to await the ball. 6-0 Wolverines with a lead. Sunderland's kick is in the air. Brandon Ennis immediately waving for a fair catch, so Ohio State's offense will have 1st and 10 at the 25.
One play at a time. Just get a first down and continue the drive down the field.
Buckeyes will have it at their own 25-yard line. We would assume we'll see a little more of Bo Jackson, freshman tailback, who last week rushed for 110 yards and a couple of touchdowns. 5 games with 100 yards or more of rushing. 2 of them have come in a row here in the last 2 weeks. 6-0 Michigan ahead of Ohio State. 9:42 on the first quarter clock here in Ann Arbor. Buckeyes now just kind of almost at a leisurely pace, finally getting into their huddle. Quarterback Julian Sand has him break the ranks. James Peoples is in it a wide right position along with tight end Max Clare. Carnell Tate wide left. Bo Jackson in the backfield next to Julian Sand, the quarterback. Sand gets the snap, hands to Bo Jackson, and he is loose to his own 30 and then taken down at his own 30 by defensive back Brandon Hillman of Michigan.
Yeah, Brandon Hillman, 42 tackles on the season. The juniors come up and filled at the safety spot after Bo Jackson picked up 5.
Jackson comes into the game averaging 6.5 per carry for over 800 yards. Young man that didn't even play week 1 against Texas. 2nd and 5, Ohio State at the Michigan 30. Buckeyes send Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate in as receivers. Tate wide left, Smith wide right. Brandon Ennis was slot right, but whistles to stop play.
Michigan, first charged, 30 seconds.
Thanks for emphatically making that clear. Buckeye fans say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings with a fixed price plan with AEP Energy. Visit AEPenergy.com to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. A pair of Dominic Zavada field goals have given Michigan the lead, a 25-yarder and a 45-yarder. The second set up by a Jair Hill interception of Julian Sand.
2 quick early timeouts, one by Ohio State, and this one on the second drive by Michigan. And, really, Ohio State didn't get a chance to set up too much there, and Michigan called that timeout on their sideline.
Yeah, that was quick. Jair Hill, a junior from Kankakee, Illinois, his second career pick, but his first this season. Some Michigan defense that's had 12 interceptions, now 13, 19th best in the nation. So 2nd and 5, Ohio State at their own 30-yard line. Smith and Jackson and Clare go wide to the right. Tate comes wide to the left with Kazmarek. Now they'll move in motion. Bo Jackson behind quarterback Julian Sand in a pistol set. And on second down, Jackson with a give. Running right side, he's going to gain maybe the 32 before he is finally knocked down by Derek Moore, linebacker, Michigan.
Yeah, they're going to give him a gain of 3. They'll spot that at the 33-yard line, so the Buckeyes will face a 3rd and 2 here, a crucial 3rd and 2. They got to keep this drive alive.
And they'll bring in the guy that usually is their short yardage back, C.J. Donaldson at tailback. 3rd and 2, you said, Jim. Ohio State at their own 33. Michigan a 6-0 lead. Just under 9 minutes to play first quarter here in Ann Arbor. Out of the huddle, tight ends on each side of the line. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate will come wide left. C.J. Donaldson behind quarterback Julian Sand in a pistol. 3rd and 2, Ohio State at their own 33-yard line. Carson Hinsman snaps to Sand, fakes the handoff, rolls to throw, dumps it on the right side where it is caught by Kazmarek. He has dropped at his own 37-yard line as Michigan gets the stop made by Zeke Berry, defensive back, but it is a first down pickup for the Buckeyes presented by Kroger.
Yeah, they had all the action going to the left, had counter action going to the left, and then Julian Sand rolls back to his right, hits his tight end. Will Kazmarek picks up his 8th reception of the season.
So 1st and 10, Ohio State advancing to their own 38. Smith goes wide right, Ennis and Tate wide left. Tight end set up on the left side of the line. Max Clare will now motion and set up as a fullback in an offset eye. Sand in between them, gets the snap. Sand back at his own 30, looking to throw. Short toss comes to Bo Jackson, left side, races to his own 40 to the 50. Bo Jackson to the Michigan 40, and that's where he is driven out of bounds, coming down the left sideline. Michigan gets that play made by Jair Hill, defensive back, but a first down on a pass to Bo Jackson.
Got a great block on the edge here by number 1, Brandon Ennis. Took his defender and tossed him to the ground there. Luckily, he didn't get a holding call.
Bo Jackson and Jair Hill had to be separated. A little jawing going on between running back and defensive back.
I don't think that's the last time you're going to have to say that in
Probably
this game.
not, Jim.
Separated.
7:42 and counting, first quarter. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the Michigan 39-yard line. Buckeyes down 6-0. 2 wide to the right. Carnell Tate the widest to the right. Offset eye. And Julian Sand in the middle of them gets the snap. Hands to Bo Jackson running right side behind blockers. He's slowed at the Michigan 41. Gets all the way to the Michigan 30. Loose to the Michigan 20. Goes Bo Jackson to the 10. And he is knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. He is driven out of bounds as Michigan's Jair Hill, defensive back, made that play. But that run by Bo Jackson gets Ohio State into the Giant Eagle red zone.
3 straight plays there. First downs for Ohio State. Bo Jackson kind of stuttered. cut it back inside, and then turned it up to the outside, found some running room, got it all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Cleveland Villa Angela St. Joseph is where that freshman running back came from, and he has Ohio State knocking on the door, as you said, Jim. First and goal of the Michigan 3. C.J. Donaldson at a tailback. He'll be off the left tip of quarterback Julian Sayin. Jeremiah Smith wide to the left. 2 tight ends. Snap to Sayin. Looks to throw. Lobs in the left corner of the end zone. Jeremiah Smith cannot pull it in, as he was covered in the left corner of the end zone by Zeke Berry, defensive back of Michigan.
Pretty good coverage. The ball was a little bit wide there to Jeremiah Smith. He got one hand on it, but couldn't quite make an acrobatic catch to pull that in.
We'll see Ohio State send Nate Roberts and Jelani Thurman, tight ends, into the lineup. Michigan will make defensive subs. Second and goal, Ohio State at the Michigan 3. 6-0, Wolverines leading. Buckeyes trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time. Roberts and Donaldson offset eye. Nobody wide. 2 tight ends on the left, single tight end Thurman on the right. Sayin under center, Carson Hinsman. Now Roberts motioning to the left. Handoff will go to Donaldson coming left side. Knocked down at the 5-yard line as Michigan was able to get that play blown up. And Donaldson just could not get a corner turned as Michigan had a defender come crashing in right away. Mason Curtis, defensive back, blew that play up.
Yeah, Mason Curtis kind of shot the gap there, number 25. Blew up. Luke Montgomery didn't have a chance to get out wide. Then the pursuit for Michigan showed up to limit Donaldson to a minus 2 yards on that carry.
They'll put it at the 4-yard line where it'll be 3rd and goal. Ohio State at the Michigan 4. Julian Sayin way out to the right of the formation.
The play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 1. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So Jayshon
That's
Barham.
number 1's first.
Jayshon Barham, the linebacker, is guilty of that. Of course, a second one means he is done for the day, but that helps Ohio State immensely.
Yeah, first and goal. They got some fresh set of downs. See if they can knock it in here.
And we see a whole package of tight ends coming in. Bennett Christian, Will Kazmarek, Nate Roberts, and Jelani Thurman.
See if they hit him with a little play action here and throw the football.
Roberts and Donaldson offset eye. Nobody out wide. 1 tight end on the right. Thurman, 2 tight ends on the left. Christian and Kazmarek. First and goal to the Michigan 2 for Ohio State. Julian Sayin under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Donaldson running to the left side, and Donaldson's going to get to about the 1 maybe, and that's going to be it. As Michigan was ready for that, being in there to make the stop. Brandon Hillman, defensive back.
Yeah, some more work to do, so Ohio State's offense has to continue. The offensive lineman's got to drive the defenders in the end zone to give C.J. Donaldson the opportunity to step in across the goal line and into the end zone.
Justin Terry will come in as an extra offensive blocker. So it is 2nd and goal at the Michigan 1. A 3-man offset eye. Give to Donaldson going left side, and Donaldson punctures the goal line. They push him backwards. No signal. They didn't get him in as Michigan. And it was, once again, Brandon Hillman, defensive back, who plugged the hole, stopping Donaldson.
They had Caden McDonald, number 98, playing some fullback there.
Timeout.
Oh, no, it's
for
Terry.
an injured defensive player.
Michigan with an injured player down there at the goal line, and they've had some injuries on that side of the ball. Looks like that might be Mason Curtis, the sophomore safety. Of course, they're playing without, it appears, Ernest Hausman, one of their leading tacklers at linebacker.
That was Caden McDonald in there
It
playing
was,
a little fullback.
and not Terry. I thought it was Terry because they had put him in that number a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the injured Michigan player being attended to, I believe it is Mason Curtis, and he is still being dealt with down there at the goal line. He was laying flat on his back. He was moving somewhat. So Ohio State, a couple of tries, close yardage, and aided by a penalty, but denied getting in the end zone.
Where are they going to spot that football? I mean, that's got to be close to the goal line.
That's
there.
what I would think, inside the 1.
Timeout.
So as you heard, we will get a timeout on the field. 5:26 to play first quarter. 6-0. Michigan leading. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
Hey, college football fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day's #1 pour. We're celebrating every snap from coast to coast because it doesn't matter what colors you wear as long as Evan's there. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and enjoy the smooth, rich taste of my favorite Kentucky bourbon at your next tailgate. Go Buckeyes! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus, enjoy responsibly.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
5:26 to play first quarter in Ann Arbor. Michigan a 6-0 lead. Ohio State had C.J. Donaldson running a play to the left on the field that was called short of getting into the end zone for a touchdown, but it is being reviewed.
The ruling on the field is upheld.
And our official review is brought to you by AAA. Become a AAA Buckeye MVP member today at AAA.com/Buckeye. So Ohio State will now look at 3rd and goal inside the Michigan one. That thing is tickling the goal line.
Yeah, it's, 3-4 inches?
Yeah.
Quarterback sneak it, maybe?
And do they do it with Julian Sand or Lincoln Kienholz?
Good question.
Yeah, they've used Kienholz in some short yardage quarterback situations. But Ohio State down 6-0. Trying to tie and then take a lead ostensibly with a point after. It'll be 3rd and goal, Ohio State inside the Michigan 1-yard line.
Yeah, still about 30 seconds on this media timeout, so Ohio State is huddled over near their sideline on the numbers going over this next play.
The injured player has been, and we believe it was Mason Curtis, he's been helped to the sideline. Ohio State comes out of that little break, as you mentioned, Jim. They've got Will Kazmarek, Nate Roberts, Jelani Thurman, and Bennett Christian, all tight ends in that huddle, along with running back C.J. Donaldson and quarterback Julian Sand.
Who wants it more? 14 personnel, 1 back, 4 tight ends. Got to get some push here to get in the end zone.
Michigan has scored on a couple of field goals, one of them set up by an interception. Here come the Buckeyes out of the huddle. 3rd and goal inside the 1. Roberts and Donaldson in an I formation. Sand under center, Carson Hinsman. And Sand takes it himself. He's shoved back from behind by Nate Roberts. No signal from the officials yet as they come running in to look at everything. No signal at this moment. You would guess maybe he is short of it as they start to separate the bodies. More work prying humanity away from the goal line. And still no signal from the officials. Touchdown! Julian Sand, his first rushing touchdown of the season, as Nate Roberts gave him the brotherly shove from behind to get him in the end zone, and the game is tied at 6.
Well, quarterback sneak, we got that called right, and they found a way to get it in the end zone. They'll probably take another look at this if they look at every play, but we'll see if Ohio State's got their extra point team on the field ready to go.
That would involve John Furlman, the long snapper, Joe McGuire, the holder, and the kicker would be Jaden Fielding for a PAT that would give Ohio State.
Touchdown is up for the review.
Of course it is, and the PAT would give Ohio State the lead. But Julian Sand would be credited, if it stands, for his first rushing touchdown. We get a look on the scoreboard, Jim, of the big video. It looks like his knee may have hit the ground before he got in there. The official review brought to you by AAA. Become a AAA Buckeye MVP member today at AAA.com/Buckeyes. Now, just because we saw that on the scoreboard doesn't mean squat, but.
Yep. We'll take a good look at this. And
now, if you're Ohio State and it is overturned.
Yeah, good question right again, Paul. I think I would go for it. If not, you got him backed up.
So the instant replay put into play.
But you also got to take points when you can get points in this game.
Right. And we've seen how the kicking game can be such a crucial part. Just think about last year. Dominic Zavada had a big game. He was 2 for 2 in Columbus. Meanwhile, Jaden Fielding was 1 for 2. Down on the field to Tyler.
Well, guys, you were talking about what Ohio State would do if the call on the field is overturned. Before the signal was initiated, backup quarterback Lincoln Kienholz, who you alluded to, Paul, has some short yardage carries, from inside the 5-yard line. He was getting ready to head out there. Now, this drive doesn't happen without Bo Jackson's big run inside the 5. He locked helmets with defensive back Jair Hill, and then when he came back to the sideline, he was swaddled by his teammates, including former Buckeye and NFL All-Pro receiver Michael Thomas. He gave him a big hug, said all day, this drive is not where it's at right now if it weren't for Bo Jackson's run.
Here we go.
Lincoln Kienholz has rushed for 2 scores on the year.
After further review, the quarterback's knee was down short of the goal line. It'll be 4th down.
So, as we expected and feared, the call is overturned. And Ohio State 4th and goal inside the Michigan 1, and they're keeping their offensive scrimmage unit on the field with quarterback Julian Sayin. They'll have tight ends Kazmarek, Christian, and Thurman in the huddle with him.
Who wants it?
Donaldson will be the running back. Donaldson, single setback, offset I. Roberts is set up strong to the right. Julian Sayin under center. 4th and goal inside the Michigan 1. Sayin barks out the call. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looks to throw, fires in the middle of the field. It is caught by Thurman, but a penalty flag is dropped as the play was developing.
Is there movement?
Start offense, number 85, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Well, that might change the plan for Ohio State.
Yep.
Well, that was going to be a ball thrown to Thurman in the end zone, but it'll be the field goal unit coming out now.
Yeah, they got Bennett Christian for moving early on that play.
So Jaden Fielding, who on the year, 13 for 15 in field goals. Senior from League City, Texas, will be trying a 24-yard field goal. John Furman to snap. Joe McGuire will put it down to the 14. And Jaden Fielding will try a 24-yard field goal. Furman in position as the lines are set. Snaps to McGuire, who puts it down. Fielding with a kick toward the uprights, and Fielding knocks that one through the goalpost to put Ohio State on the board. They trail Michigan 6-3 with 4:33 to play here in the first quarter. The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer set sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray, an intimate ship with an even better experience, all inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail from Fort Lauderdale to bucket list ports like Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. With many former Buckeye greats, call 614-792-6204 to book today. So Jaden Fielding knocks through his 14th field goal of the year, a 24-yarder to get Ohio State on the board, but the Buckeyes trail Michigan 6-3.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 11 plays, 69 yards, 5:09 off the clock. The big play was Bo Jackson's run for 36 yards on that last series.
Joe Taylor is the up returner. The deep returner is Andrew Marsh for Michigan. As Jaden Fielding has the ball teed up to kick it off. 4.5 to play first quarter. 6-3, Michigan the lead. One of their field goals coming because of a turnover. A Julian Sayin interception. A ball picked off by Jair Hill of Michigan. Well, Jaden Fielding approaches the ball, drives it in the air with his right foot. Andrew Marsh is going to back up and let that land in the end zone for a touchback. Let's see how Ohio State's defense has now tightened things up.
Yeah, they got a chance, 2 series, to kind of review things. Got to be better against the run. And, again, some more jawing.
Sure is.
Talking between Michigan players and Ohio State. That was separated, and Ohio State's defense is now huddling up there right around the 25-yard line.
So Bryce Underwood, who last week threw for 215 yards and a couple of touchdowns in their win at Maryland, the 4th true freshman to start their season-opening game. And that was no surprise that he was their starter day one with the way he was recruited.
And as much as they're paying him.
That too. Bryce Gusdall, that's a big factor nowadays. Will be a tailback behind the quarterback Underwood in a pistol formation. Underwood gets the snap. Hands to Gusdall, going left side, and he's got room. Gusdall is finally going to be knocked down right around the Michigan 31-yard line as Caden McDonald, defensive lineman, dropped him.
Still a little bit too much in the running game. They pick up 5.5 on that first down carry. Seems like they're running towards Kenyatta Jackson. Got to be a little bit more stout on that side.
Gusdall, a junior from Grand Rapids, an original walk-on. Of course, Michigan is minus Justice Haynes, an Alabama transfer who was injured a few weeks ago. 2nd and 5, Michigan with the ball at their own 30-yard line. Gusdall remains a tailback behind his quarterback Bryce Underwood in a pistol formation. Hoffman, tight end, moving in motion. Snap to Underwood, fakes a handoff, looks to throw, steps into the pocket, now takes off running. Caden Curry, defensive lineman, drops him at the 29, but there's a penalty flag drop behind the play where Jalen Hoffman The tight end was jockeying with somebody.
Caleb Downs. He might get a holding call. Yep.
Offense number 42. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second out.
That's significant because Michigan is the 11th best in the nation with fewest penalties per game, just averaging a little more than 4 per.
Yeah, Caleb Downs came on a run blitz there and met Hoffman in the backfield, and they called Hoffman and
has
for tackling.
chosen to decline the penalty. Third down.
All right.
3 minutes, 50 seconds to play first quarter with Michigan leading 6-3. And it brings up a course in third down with Michigan owning the ball at their own 29 where it's 3rd and 5. Scoreboard says 30. Our eyes say between the 29 and the 30. Cusdahl remains a tailback off the right hip of quarterback Bryce Underwood. He's got his 2 key receivers wide to the right. Greg Crippen snaps it. Bryce Underwood looks to throw from his 20. He's being chased, rolling to the left side, and he's going to be grabbed and slowed and gets away from one defender, but finally he's put down at the Michigan 30-yard line where the Buckeyes finally had jumping in there Edric Houston, defensive lineman, to make the stop to bring up 4th down.
Gained about a half yard, so it'll set up a 4th and 5 here. So good decision there by Ohio State staff to decline that penalty. Defense gets a stop on 3rd down, forcing this punting situation.
Hudson Hollenbeck, a senior from Collierville, Tennessee, averaging 43.8 per, will be the punter. And Brandon Ennis is at the Ohio State 25 to await the ball with 2:55 and counting in the 4th quarter. Greg Tarr, the long snapper, over the ball to the Michigan 30-yard line. There are 3 personal protectors between Greg Tarr and the punter, Hudson Hollenbeck, who is at his own 15. Gets a chest-high snap, punts it from his 19-yard line. Brandon Ennis backing. Brandon Ennis catches at his 22, moves left side to the 30, weaves his way to the 35, where he is finally tackled right around the 35 by Troy Bowles of Michigan. Ohio State will have the ball with 2 minutes and 34 seconds to play in the first quarter. Michigan has a 6-3 lead.
I played with Troy Bowles' father, Todd Bowles, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We were teammates with the Washington Redskins back in the day.
Of course, Troy was a player at Georgia before he came to Ann Arbor. So Ohio State, who was stopped in the goal line as far as touchdowns, but they got a field goal from Jaden Fielding, a 24-yarder to get on the board, but trails 6-3. 2:34 left in the first quarter. Carnell Tate wide to the right. Jeremiah Smith will come wide to the left with Max Clare. Bo Jackson is in at running back off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand. He's also got a tight end, Will Kazmarek, set up on the right side of the line. Sand gets the snap, drops back at the 30, dumps to the left side. Jeremiah Smith, 35-yard line, taken down at the 38-yard line. As Jeremiah Smith, as he came up the left side, and finally from Michigan, making the stop was one of the defensive backs who dropped in, linebacker, Cole Sullivan, to make the play.
First catch by a receiver in the ballgame. Bo Jackson has 1 catch. Will Kazmarek has a catch. Now Jeremiah Smith has 1.
His 70th of the year. Did not play last week. 2nd and 9. Ohio State at their own 38-yard line. Smith comes wide left. Max Clare goes wide right. Jackson in the backfield. Tate and Smith are both wide left. 2nd and 9. Ohio State at their own 38-yard line. Now Tate moving in motion to the right. Sand gets the snap. Hands it off Bo Jackson. Jackson is going to get to the 40, and that's all the further he will go as Michigan was able to get him stopped by lineman Damon Payne.
Yeah, they'll spot that just maybe across the 40-yard line, so Buckeyes have work here on 3rd down, 3rd and 7. They got to find a way to pick it up. Let's see if they'll have to go back to the passing game. Need one of our star receivers to step up and make a big play.
C.J. Donaldson will come in at tailback. 3rd and 7, as you said, Jim. Ohio State at their own 40-yard line with 1:25 and counting. First quarter, trailing Michigan 6-3. Clare, Tate, and Ennis wide right, Smith wide left. Donaldson to the backfield to the left of quarterback Julian Sand. 3rd and 7, Ohio State from their own 40. Sand looking to go on top. Fires it up the right side where it is caught by Carnell Tate, and he's surrounded by Michigan defenders. He's going to be put down right around the Ohio State 48, right around the first down mark. It will depend on the spot.
They moved him.
They did. The stop made by Carson Brandt, linebacker. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 48-yard line. Less than a minute to play first quarter. Buckeyes trail Michigan 6-3. Julian Sand, quarterback, the front man in a pistol. Bo Jackson behind him at tailback. Sand with a snap. Hands Jackson coming left side. Jackson gets to the 50-yard line, and that's all the further he will go. As Michigan had defenders come crashing in. Linebacker Jimmy Rolder makes the stop for the Wolverines.
And Braden Hillman, number 6, also came there to finish him off at the end. A little bit better gain there on 1st down. running to the left side there. Buckeyes were 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers.
Buckeyes now looking at 2nd and 7. The ball officially at the Michigan 49, which should be the final play, and it may not even occur here in the first quarter. Julian Sayin in a shotgun, and they will not snap the ball, and the first quarter will come to an end here in Ann Arbor. And after one, it is 6-3, Michigan leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Back in Ann Arbor, Skip Mossick with a check of your college football scoreboard. It is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, the proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Top 25, second quarter, number 5, Texas Tech. They lead at West Virginia 21-0. Second quarter, Miami, a 10-7 lead at Pittsburgh. BYU playing host to UCF. They are just underway. A couple of games around the state this afternoon. Second quarter, Toledo and Central Michigan are scoreless. Miami, second quarter, Miami, Ohio leading Ball State 21-10. Michigan 6, Ohio State 3 as we head to the second with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
Thank you, Skip. It's been Dominic Zavada with a pair of field goals, a 45-yarder and a 25-yarder for Michigan. The second set up by Jair Hill interception, and Jaden Fielding has knocked through a 24-yard field goal for Ohio State. Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. And as Skip told you, it's 6-3, Michigan leading Ohio State.
Both teams have exactly 85 yards in that first quarter. Ohio State had 37 yards passing, 48 yards on the ground. Michigan had 10 yards passing and 75 yards on the ground.
Yeah, the one big difference, the one turnover. Ohio State guilty of it with the Julian Sayin interception picked up by Jair Hill. But right now, Ohio State trying to continue generating some offense as the snowflakes are starting to fall here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, Buckeyes opened up the game trying to take a deep shot to Carnell Tate. That was broken up. And, since then they've kind of gotten away from taking shots down the field. Let's see if they dial one up here as they're close to midfield.
So both teams come from their respective sidelines. Of course, Ohio State trying to break a 4-game losing streak against Michigan and trying to get to the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis to face the Indiana Hoosiers, a team they did not see during the regular season this year. So both teams are in position. Ohio State huddled up around quarterback Julian Sayin, redshirt freshman from Carlsbad, California. Ball is placed at the 50-yard line. Out of the huddle comes Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith and Bo Jackson wide to the left, wide to the right, Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis, and Will Kazmarek as Ohio State looks at second down from the 50-yard line. Now Julian Sayin in a shotgun gets the snap. Hands to Bo Jackson running straight up the middle. He's cut down at about the Michigan 48-yard line by linebacker Jimmy Roller.
Yeah, Jimmy Roller's doing a good job of knifing through the offensive line there. Can't get a hand on him. They got to make sure he's blocked up.
3rd and 6, Ohio State at the Michigan 48 as the Buckeyes will get right on the ball. Sayin straight behind center in the shotgun. Gets the snap. He looks, flips a pass up the right side, caught by Carnell Tate at the Michigan 40, and that's where he will be taken down at the Michigan 40-yard line by defensive back Zeke Berry. It's a first down pickup on the pass to Tate, presented by Kroger.
Fresh set of downs. Ohio State knew exactly when they wanted to dial up there. Brian Hartline got that play in a hurry to Julian Sayin. They went out and executed there on that 3rd and 5.
Nice to see Carnell Tate back after missing the last 3 games. 1st and 10. Ohio State at the Michigan 40. 6-3 Wolverines leading early second quarter. Tate gets off the line, end of the line left. Innes and Smith off the line to the right. Tight end Clare motioning to the left for quarterback Julian Sayin, who looks to throw. Sets up shop at the 50. Sayin looks. Now he's going to roll. Throw on the run on the left side. Caught by Clare, who's taken out of bounds at the Michigan 35 by defensive back Zeke Berry.
That was a heck of a throw there by Julian Sayin. Pass protection overall is pretty good. There was some late leakage. He stepped up in the pocket and just looked to his left and drilled one over towards the Ohio State sideline. They'll give him a gain, maybe 5 or 6 yards on that play.
Yes, they will, to make it 2nd and 5 at the Michigan 35 for Ohio State. Max Clare, who had a TD catch last week against Rutgers. Buckeyes now send Bryson Rogers wide to the left. Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Innes wide right. Jackson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sayin. 2nd and 5, Ohio State at the Michigan 35. Sayin, the front man in a pistol, gets the snap from Carson Hinsman. Feeds Jackson running left side, and he'll get dropped at the 35 of Michigan. Again, Jimmy Rolders, senior linebacker, makes the play.
Yeah, they haven't had an answer for him at second level. They've done a decent job blocking the line of scrimmage, but Jimmy Rolder, number 30, seems to be running through. He's timing it perfect. Ohio State now in another 3rd down situation. Ohio State's 3 of 4 so far on 3rd downs.
So 3rd and 5 at the 35 of Michigan for the Buckeyes. Bo Jackson remained in the backfield off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sayin. Michigan with defenders starting to sneak up. It was Rolder and Julian Sayin maybe changing a play. Tate and Innes wide right, Smith wide left. Julian Sayin again with another adjustment as Michigan was adjusting. 3rd and 5, Ohio State at Michigan's 35. Wolverines a 6-3 lead, second quarter. Sayin with the ball, hands to Jackson, going left side, and he's going to be dropped by Jimmy Rolder right around the line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line. The Michigan linebacker makes another tackle to bring up 4th down.
I think he made every play on this drive.
I think you're right.
I mean, number 30, we've been talking about it. We got to get a hat on him. Whether it's a center, a guard, a tackle, tight end, somebody's got to get a hand on number 30.
And the offense is staying out there, Jim. 4th and 5, Ohio State to the Michigan 35. 12:07 and counting second quarter, 6-3 Michigan leading. Buckeyes are going to go for it. 4th and 5 of the Michigan 35. Christian, Kazmarek, and Clare off the end of the line to the left. Smith wide right. C.J. Donaldson is in at tailback. 4th and 5, Ohio State at Michigan's 35. Julian Sayin gets the snap. Back to throw. Sayin looks. Sayin fires down the right sideline for Jeremiah Smith. He's got it inside the 10 and into the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, 35 yards from Julian Sayin down the right side of the field. Welcome back, Jeremiah Smith. 9-6 Ohio State.
That time Ohio State had 3 receivers to the left. 4 receivers.
Rolling on the field is a touchdown. Timeout for a defensive player's helmet off.
Oh, they want to talk a lot today,
Is that
don't
it?
they, Skip?
Is that it?
Yeah, but anyway.
4 receivers to the left. Bennett Christian motioned back to the right. Jeremiah Smith was one-on-one on the outside. Good pass protection there by the offensive line. Gave Julian Sayin plenty of opportunity to toss it up to number 4. Number 4, 26th touchdown of his career.
And the 11th this season, the 28th on the year.
Ruling of touchdown is under further review.
28th of the year thrown by Julian Sayin. Now, the only thing you can guess, and the official review is brought to you by AAA. Become a AAA Buckeye MVP member today at AAA.com/Buckeyes. Are they looking to see if Smith may have stepped out of bounds on the right sideline?
Yeah, well,
anywhere.
They didn't call it right away.
No, they sure didn't.
You know, I mean, so
they're too busy pushing the button to talk.
Yeah, I mean, make the call. If you see him out of bounds, you know, let them know they're out of bounds. But they're going to review a lot of plays, I got a feeling, in this game.
Well, we went 2 straight weeks without a review.
That's fine.
Shockingly.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Yes.
Now we're seeing the replay.
11:44 on the clock.
Touchdown.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he was out of bounds before he got to the pylon from what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But Julian Sayin cut loose with that pass with some pressure coming around him in the backfield.
He crossed it. He crossed the line of scrimmage with the ball in hand.
So after throwing an interception earlier in the game, Julian Sayin comes back and tosses his 28th touchdown pass of the year, pending review. And the scoreboard for the moment is telling us it is 9-6. Ohio State leading Michigan. So the officiating crew is still monitoring.
How about that call on fourth down, though?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Some brass ones there.
He carried the ball across the goal line. His right foot, when it landed, stepped out of bounds, but I thought he carried it across the goal line.
Yeah, they are taking an inordinate amount of time to look at this. Again, it is 9-6 at the moment. Ohio State leading Michigan after the Wolverines had taken a 6-0 lead thanks to a couple of Dominic Zavada field goals. Jaden Fielding has one field goal for Ohio State. Clock 11:44 here in this. Even the Michigan fans are not happy about how long this is taking.
Yeah, where are they going to spot it? If he didn't make it, because the inch line again. I mean, I don't know where he would be out of bounds.
Of course, we had an earlier Julian Sand touchdown that was overturned by review down at the other end on a 1-yard run, in which the Buckeyes tried the brotherly shove.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you playing.
Can officially put it down as a TD.
Yeah, good thing we wrote it in ink, right? So the PAT unit is on for Ohio State to try for point number 10. John Furman, second-year long snapper, a transfer from Arizona State, will snap the ball to Joe McGuire, the punter, and Jaden Fielding is out there to attempt point number 10 for Ohio State. Furman snaps, McGuire spots, Fielding's kick is up, and it runs right through the uprights to make it 10-6. So Ohio State ahead of Michigan with 11:44 to play second quarter. And with that touchdown, that's another donation from the Heartland Bank Community Foundation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. Timeout with 11:44 to play second quarter. 10-6, Ohio State ahead of Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Nature Made to care for fans on game day and every day. Proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. On fourth down, Julian Sand, a 35-yard touchdown pass to Jeremiah Smith, plus the point after gives Ohio State a 10-6 lead over Michigan with 11:44 to play second quarter in Ann Arbor.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 10 plays, 63 yards, 5:49 off the clock. Down the sidelines to Tyler Danberg.
After the touchdown, Jeremiah Smith back over on the fitness bike, getting loose, staying loose with a big red winter coat over his helmet to shield the snow that's now falling down here, guys. It's coming down pretty steadily.
Be careful down there. Of course, those are tight sidelines. What was it? Was it J.T. Barrett or Justin Fields who got to run into the 1 year down there with a camera truck?
J.T. Barrett.
Yeah, which brought Dwayne Haskins in to finish a drive. Jaden Fielding with a kickoff for Ohio State, who leads at 10-6. Andrew Marsh for Michigan will field this at his own 6-yard line. Come left side where he's blown up and dropped at the 15-yard line. And that might have been either James Peoples or
Aaron Scott Jr., I think.
Or Riley Pettijohn, I saw 20, so it's one of those two who helped blow that play up.
Number 5 was in there also. Excellent coverage there by the kickoff team.
Absolutely. So Michigan will start this possession from their own 16-yard line. And trailing for the first time today, the Wolverines are 10-6. Bryson Cusdall is getting extended length at tailback here. You know, you wonder about Jordan Marshall. He got hurt 2 games ago late against Northwestern. Didn't play last week. Might there be a re-aggravation?
Yeah, it's an upper body injury, shoulder area.
1st and 10. Michigan at their own 16-yard line. As quarterback Bryce Underwood out of a shotgun will hand to Cusdall, running right side, and Cusdall's going to be dropped as Arvell Reese is one of the defenders. Linebacker brings that play to an end right around the Michigan 15-yard line. Caden Curry, defensive lineman, involved in that as well.
Yeah, also Edric Houston did a good job holding his gap on that last play. Didn't get any movement there by the right guard. Nowhere for Cusdall to go.
So it will be 2nd and 8. Michigan at their own 18-yard line. Cusdall remains in a tailback off the right hip of Bryce Underwood. He has Andrew Marsh and Kendrick Bell flanked to the left. 2nd and 8, Michigan at their own 18-yard line. Snap to Underwood. Hands it off Cusdall running right side, and he runs into a logjam of bodies and is stopped around his own 22-yard line as he tried to turn the corner on the right side, but there was a whole bunch of white shirts. Linebacker Peyton Pierce, one of them.
Yeah, Peyton Pierce was able to finish him off. Caden Curry did a good job working on the right tackle tight end there to force that pile.
Corson 3rd and 4, Michigan quickly getting on the ball at their own 22-yard line with 10:42 to play second quarter. Bryce Underwood in a shotgun, gets the snap. Underwood back at his own 14 to throw. Sails that one up the left side of the field for Marsh, incomplete, and we're going to get a penalty flag thrown. Right around the 50-yard line is corner Jermaine Matthews. A little too much contact with Andrew Marsh, the receiver.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that because the pass looked like it was going to be out of bounds.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So the penalty gets Michigan off the hook. And Ed Bowles moved up to their 37-yard line, I think is where they're going to put it.
Yep.
With 10:32 to play here in the second quarter, and Ohio State with a lead 10-6.
Yeah, had a chance to get off the field there. Just had that penalty. Too much contact there by Jermaine Matthews.
So Michigan, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Coming wide to the left is Andrew McCauley, former Indiana Hoosier, who started a game at quarterback against the Buckeyes back in 2021 when he was at IU. Bryson Cusdall, the single setback. Underwood's going to work under center, Greg Crippen. And first down, Michigan to their own 37. Handoff Cusdall going up the middle, and finally safety Lorenzo Stiles will stop him right around the Michigan 43.
Good cutback by Cusdall there. Started to his right, cut it back to his left behind the center and left guard. Found a little bit of running room against this Ohio State defense.
As a safety, really, Lorenzo Stiles is the nickel cornerback. So now it'll be 2nd and 5, Michigan to their own 42-yard line. As they huddle up around freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood. Cusdall remains a tailback, but in as an offset fullback is Jalen Hoffman, set strong to the right. Underwood under center. Underwood hands Cusdall going to the right side. Cusdall is loose to the 50. Down the right side he goes, where finally Jalen McClain, Ohio State safety, will throw him out of bounds around the Buckeye 37-yard line. Cusdall tears off a nice run to get Michigan into Ohio State territory.
Yeah, and Michigan has 100 yards already rushing against his defense. That's something we talked about. You got to stop the run. Get him in a 3rd and long. Put it in Bryce Underwood's hands. So far, this defense hasn't been able to do that.
And that snaps the streak of 10 straight games in which Ohio State has held an opponent under 100 yards rushing. 9.5 to play second quarter. 1st and 10, Michigan at the Ohio State 36. 10-6, Buckeyes leading. Bryson Cusdall will remain the setback behind his quarterback, Bryce Underwood, in a pistol formation. Underwood gets the snap, hands to Cusdall again, going straight up the middle. Try to get wide to the left, and he's going to be piled up and stopped right around the Ohio State 35-yard line, as getting in there to put that play down was Tywan Malone, lineman.
Kenyatta Jackson Jr. had an arm on Cusdall there, but he was able to run through that tackle, pick up a few yards after that.
Something must be wrong, Jim, with Jordan Marshall.
Yeah.
2nd and 8. Michigan at the Ohio State 34. Wolverines very deliberate in their huddle around their freshman quarterback from Detroit. Andrew Marsh and Donovan McCauley will go wide to the right. Jalen Hoffman comes wide to the left with Channing Goodwin, and Cusdall at running back behind his quarterback Underwood in a pistol set. Ball at the Ohio State 34 for Michigan. Handoff Kuzdal going right side, and he is knocked down. Linebacker Sonny Styles at the Ohio State 33 makes that play with assistance from defensive end Caden Curry, bringing up a course and third down.
It was a big hit there by Sonny Styles. He took Kuzdal right to the ground after that play.
Sonny had 5 tackles against Michigan last year, senior from Pickerington Central. So 3rd and 6 Michigan at the 32 of Ohio State. Wolverines will send Andrew Marsh wide right, Donovan McCauley wide left. Tight end Marshall right side of the line. Kuzdal off the right hip of Bryce Underwood, the quarterback, on third down at the Ohio State 32 for Michigan. Underwood to throw from the Ohio State 40. Throws up the left side, caught by McCauley, going to the ground at the 26. Makes the grab in front of corner Davis and Igbinosa, and that should be a Michigan first down. Unless one of the officials came in as though he was going to change the call, but he's not going to.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little bit short, but he got it by inches, so that'll give him a first down. That's only the 4th pass attempt by Michigan.
First down at the Ohio State 26 for the Wolverines. Quick snap Underwood. Hands it off Kuzdal coming left side. He is dropped at the 26-yard line. Safety Jalen McClain came in to break that play up with help from lineman Will Smith.
Caden McDonald's been on the sidelines. He's going to come in. Will Smith will trot off to the Ohio State sideline, so they're trying to beef up their defensive front here on second down.
We make it almost to the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Second down, as you said, Jim. 9 to go for Michigan to the Ohio State 25. 10-6 Buckeyes with a lead. Michigan will send Donovan McCauley, Andrew Marsh, and Channing Goodwin wide to the right. Bryce Kuzdal off the left hip of quarterback Bryce Underwood. Tight end Marshall flipping from right to left for Michigan. Grip in the center of the ball. Snaps it Underwood, the quarterback. Hands it off, and running is Kuzdal wide to the right. He's in trouble, and linebacker Arvell Reese is going to dump him at the Ohio State 30 for a loss on the play.
Tackle for loss of -6 yards on that play. Excellent job there by Kenyatta Jackson Jr. Also, Arvell Reese coming out there to secure the edge. No place for the back to go.
So it'll be course in 3rd and 14 for Michigan to the Ohio State 30. With 6.5 to play second quarter. 10-6 Buckeyes on top. Goodwin and McCauley go wide to the right. Marshall is wide to the left with Marsh. And Kuzdal in the backfield next to quarterback Bryce Underwood. On third down, Michigan to the Ohio State 30. Underwood is going to pull the trigger. Looks with a defender coming at him. He throws the ball where it is caught by Kuzdal, and he is dumped at the 31-yard line. Ohio State had Arvell Reese, junior linebacker from Cleveland Glenville, right there to breastbone Bryson Kuzdal and put him on the ground to bring up fourth down.
You know, get him right back to that line of scrimmage, which is going to be around the 30, 31-yard line. That's where they'll attempt this field goal.
Dominic Zavada will try a 49-yarder. His long this year is 56. The long snapper, Greg Tarr. The holder is Hudson Hollaback. So Dominic Zavada to try a 49-yard field goal. Ball's put down. Zavada with a kick with the right foot. That one in the air, headed to the uprights, and Zavada knocks it through. A 49-yard field goal. So the score changes. It is 10-9. Ohio State with a lead over Michigan. 5:24 to play second quarter. Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Timeout with 5:24 left until halftime. 10-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hey, Buckeye fans, Kroger is teaming up with Ohio State to tackle hunger. Kroger is challenging Buckeye Nation to help donate 2 million meals to our neighbors in need. All you have to do is round up at checkout during your next trip to Kroger or after your next purchase at Ohio Stadium or the Schottenstein Center. The campaign runs through the end of the year, and every dollar helps provide 10 meals. Visit your local Kroger for more details, and let's work together to end hunger.
Toyota Thona's on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 2.99 APR financing on remaining new 25 Tacomas. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma SR5 for $259 a month, or 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
When you choose the James at Ohio State for your cancer care, you're choosing access to the most advanced cancer treatments available from the team who specializes in treating just one type of cancer. Yours. For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State. Dominic Zavada with his third field goal of the day, a 49-yarder for Michigan, but Ohio State's lead is 10-9 with 5:24 left until halftime. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
And Paul, Ohio State's defenders, they have remained determined, and they are still exhilarated by holding Michigan to those 3 field goals when it could have been more. Linebacker Sonny Styles came back over to the bench. He said to his guys, don't let Michigan get anything. Then he went over to Arvell Reese. They locked arms, huddled closely, and he continued to show the praise towards a linebacker and a guy that he said he feeds off of.
Zavada now 15-22 on the season. Field goals, 3 straight in this game. That was an 11-play drive. 54 yards, took 6:17 off the clock.
Why he was an All-American last year. Dominic Zavada, he had a game winner at Wrigley Field against Northwestern to pull Michigan's fat out of the fire. A game they won despite 5 turnovers. Well, Ohio State will have Lorenzo Styles and Brandon Ennis back to await the kickoff from Michigan's kickoff man, Beckham Sunderland from Newport, Kentucky, right across the river from Cincinnati. 5:24 left until halftime here in Ann Arbor. Sunderland puts the kick in the air with the right foot. And Brandon Ennis will wave for a fair catch and make it to the goal line. Well, Ohio State's offense seemed to get on track after Julian Sand threw a first interception. Now more players having to be separated and penalty flags finally have been dropped.
This happened about every kickoff so far in this game.
It sure has, Jim. So the officials get the players separated, and then they come together to discuss what might be happening here.
Now you just hope it's offsetting.
Yes, you do. You know, Ryan Day's been using the term play with emotion, but don't let it play with you. It is personal foul against Michigan. His mic finally shorted out.
He uses battery up already.
Personal foul against Michigan.
Yeah.
It looks like that's the only one. Well, he's been using that mic quite a bit already. Now I think did he point to Ohio State also now? Yeah. Late?
Well, then why are we backing up?
They're backing up now. Maybe he pointed the wrong way first, is my guess.
It'd be nice to know who it was on.
But it's against Ohio State as that ball's being backed up now and put down around the 13-yard line of the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's half the distance there.
So it's a personal foul against just Ohio State. The official at first pointed it was against Michigan. So it'll be 1st and 10, Ohio State with the ball to their own 13-yard line, leading by a point, 10-9. 5:24 to play here in the second quarter. Bo Jackson remains the guy that's gotten most of the work at tailback. Carnell Tate wide right, Jeremiah Smith wide left. Tight ends in each position of the line. Quarterback Julian Sand in a shotgun. Sand gets the snap. Fakes a handoff, throws on the right side. Tate catches to the 16, curls by defenders, moving to the middle of the field. Dropped at the 22 by Brandon Hillman, safety. But Carnell Tate with another catch for Ohio State.
Close to a first down. I don't think they're going to give it to him. So 2nd and short here for the Buckeyes.
At their own 23-yard line. We'll see both Tate and Smith go wide to the left. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line. Jackson remains at tailback with quarterback Julian Sand. 2nd and 1, Buckeyes at their own 22. Snap to Sand. He's going to throw from the 15. Sand looks, launches that one down the right seam. Kazmarek catches, and he is down at the 46 of Ohio State. Will Kazmarek, defensive back Caleb Anderson, finally dropped him, but the ball in the air gets the Buckeyes a first down.
After missing his first 2 passes, Julian Sand is now 9 of 12 throwing the football.
Ball placed at the Ohio State 47 on that pass completion to Kazmarek, a senior from St. Louis and transfer from Ohio University.
Good for 25 yards there.
Yes, a good one. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the 47 of their own side of the field, leading 10-9 with 4:17 to play until halftime. Sand's got Kazmarek set as the fullback, strong to the right, but he's going to hand it off. Bo Jackson running straight ahead past the 50. Jackson, right side, gets it tackled inside the Michigan 40. That stop made by T.J. Metcalf, defensive back, but Bo Jackson wiggles through the humanity to get another first down.
Back-to-back first downs for this Ohio State offense. They're going to huddle. quickly and get back up to the line of scrimmage and run another play. You almost think if maybe Ryan Day's going to think about that middle late here. Score before the half. Buckeyes will have the ball to start the third quarter.
Ball at the Michigan 37-yard line. Tight end Max Clare into the line left, where right behind him is Brandon Ennis, who will now motion to the right. Jeremiah Smith is wide to the left. Bo Jackson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sand. First down to the Michigan 37. Sand looking to Flurl. Sand looks, heaves down the right side. That ball may have been deflected as it goes out of bounds around the Michigan 25, intended for Clare, who was covered by linebacker Sullivan.
Well, they had all day to throw there. Julian Sand had plenty of time by his offensive lineman, went through his reads, decided to go to his tight end, Max Clare, towards the Ohio State sideline, and you're right, that ball was either high or got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked funky leaving the line of scrimmage.
Just high.
So 2nd and 10, Ohio State in Michigan's 37, 3:24 on the second quarter clock. Kazmarek and Clare wide to the left. Tate and Smith wide right with Jackson in the backfield with Julian Sand. 2nd and 10, Ohio State to the Michigan 37. Buckeyes a 10-9 lead. Sand is going to screen it left side. Bo Jackson gets to the Michigan 35-yard line, and he is bumped down to the 32 of Michigan. Tackle is turned in by Michigan lineman Trey Williams, but Bo Jackson with a grab out of the backfield.
Yeah, they threw it to the back, little flare route. Michigan in zone coverage back there, keeping everything in front of them. They thought they'd take that underneath route. Successful for about 5 yards.
To make it 3rd and 5. Ohio State in Michigan's 32 with less than 3 to play. Here in the second quarter, 10-9, Buckeyes with a lead. C.J. Donaldson in a tailback. Jeremiah Smith goes wide left. Brandon Ennis and Max Clare and Will Kazmarek will go wide right. 3rd and 5, Ohio State at the Michigan 32-yard line. Sand in a shotgun. Gets the snap. Julian Sand is looking to pass. So zips it upfield. Caught by Ennis at the 25 in the middle of the field, and he is stopped at the Michigan 25. Finally brought down by Jaden Mangum, defensive back, but it's an Ohio State first down to Brandon Ennis.
Brandon Ennis coming up with big plays these last couple of weeks. He's been dependable all year long for Ohio State. Makes a nice play there to move the chains, and let's see if Ohio State runs his clock down. It looks like they want to run a play.
Gets the ball to the Michigan 24, the junior from Hollywood, Florida. So it is 1st and 10, Ohio State to the Wolverine 24. David Adolph wide to the right with Brandon Ennis. Wide to the left is Carnell Tate, and the 2-minute timeout will occur before play. Well,
timeout Michigan, I think.
Oh, okay, with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the second quarter. And a timeout on the field with a score 10-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Hey, Buckeye fans. Are you thinking of consolidating your debt with a home equity loan? Union Home Mortgage wants you to know the average homeowner has over $200,000 of home equity available, and they can help you get access to your money quickly and easily. Go to UHM.com to get your cash estimate today. You'll score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
State at Michigan's 24, 2:03 to play until halftime, 10-9. Ohio State with a lead over Michigan. Quarterback Julian Sand in a shotgun. Running back C.J. Donaldson is off his left hip. Now Donaldson's back, Jaden Mangum of Michigan. And now we have arrived at the 2-minute timeout here in Ann Arbor with a score 10-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. 2 minutes until halftime. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at schumacherhomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Already prepping for next week's matchup? Get your best rest yet with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop Bob's and choose from Pillows Soft, plush, dual feel, and extra firm mattresses with Bobopedic memory foam that will have you dreaming of game day in no time. So shop in-store or online to score the latest and affordable luxury mattresses without the luxury price tag. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Until halftime in Ann Arbor, it's 10-9. Ohio State leading Michigan, but the Buckeyes look at 2nd and 1 from the Wolverine 15. Buckeyes need Buckeyes, and Versity makes the blood donating process quick and easy. Join Brutus and give blood with Versity to save a Buckeye at the Wexner Medical Center. Versity. Schedule your next donation at bersiti.org/OH. Well, this was a game that Ohio State fell behind 6-0 and a couple of Dominic Zavada field goals, but then Jaden Fielding booted one through from 24 yards out. And Julian Sayin with a 35-yard TD pass to Jeremiah Smith. Zavada added another field goal from 49 yards that has us at 10-9, favor the Buckeyes.
And it's a good response by this Ohio State team after getting down early, something that they haven't really done all year long. But they kind of got their composure back and put together a nice drive. Now they got another nice drive going right before the end of the half, looking for more points to put on the board.
The wind and the snow picking up a little bit here at the big house.
Yeah, squeeze that football. Take care of the ball here. You don't want a turnover.
2nd and 1. Ohio State in possession of the ball at the Michigan 15-yard line with 1:58 left until halftime. 10-9. Ohio State, the leaders.
Not real big flakes, but there are some flakes out there.
Yes, there are. Max Clare goes wide to the left. Carnell Tate wide to the right. 2 tight ends next to him on the right side. Jackson in the backfield to the left of quarterback Julian Sayin. 2nd and 1, Ohio State to the Michigan 15. Julian Sayin gets the snap. Hands to Bo Jackson. Going around right tackle Bo Jackson, and he advances up to the 11 of Michigan before he's finally stopped by Damon Payne, lineman, and the Buckeyes get in the Giant Eagle red zone.
Be first down around the 11-yard line, so the Buckeyes still can pick up another first down without scoring. See if they can find a way to get in the end zone.
1st and 10, ball at the Michigan 11 is what the scoreboard tells us. With 1:53 on the second quarter clock, and Ohio State trying to increase what is a 1-point lead right now. Again, they surround their quarterback in a huddle. Jeremiah Smith breaks wide left. Carnell Tate wide right. Tight ends on each side of the line. Jackson in the backfield with Sayin. 1st and goal, Ohio State to the Michigan 11. Sayin out of the gun, gets the snap. Hands to Jackson going right side. Jackson squirts through to the 5, gets to about the 3, where he is tackled by Jaden Mangum, defensive back. He may be close to that first down you referenced, Jim.
Yeah, going to be about a yard shy, I would think, Paul. They're going to mark that right at about the 3-yard line, so they got to go about another yard and a half to go to pick up that first down, which would be at the 1. So
a convoy of tight ends come in. Nate Roberts, Jelani Thurman, and Bennett Christian. 2nd and 1 at the Michigan 2 for Ohio State with 1:02 and counting second quarter. Jackson the single setback. Sayin under center with 4 tight ends to the left. Pitch to Woods, running left side, gets to the 5, and he's going to be dropped at about the 4 as Michigan blew that play up, and they did it successfully. Trey Pierce, defensive lineman, was one of the first defenders there.
And I think our buddy number 30, Jimmy Roller, was in there too. That would be his 5th or 6th tackle of the ball game.
So it's going to be 3rd and 3, Ohio State of the Michigan 4, with 34 seconds and counting here in the second quarter.
Yeah, lost some yards there.
So more personnel coming from the Ohio State sideline, as is the Michigan substitution pattern.
They better get a timeout here.
Yeah, 21 seconds and counting, and they are going to take the timeout, they being Ohio State. 19 seconds remaining until halftime. It is 3rd and 3, Ohio State at the Michigan 4. Stay with us for our halftime show this afternoon. Skip Mossick will visit with OSU President Ted Carter, Athletic Director Ross Bjork, and check scores from other games. That's all coming up at the half. So there's one timeout remaining for each team right now.
Yeah, last play they tried to pitch it and get it out wide and get away from some of that noise in the middle of that line of scrimmage by this Michigan defensive front.
And all four tight ends were out there.
Yeah, they couldn't quite carve it up, though. They lost a yard, or maybe a yard and a half on that last play.
Well, this Michigan defense has ranked number 11 in the nation in rushing defense, yielding only 94 yards per game.
Yeah, right now, Ohio State running the football has 76 in the game.
And on the other side of it, Michigan has run the ball against Ohio State like nobody else has done this year.
108 there so far in the first half.
Yeah. That breaks the streak of 10 straight in which Ohio State had held opponents to under 100 yards rushing. 10-9, Ohio State with a lead. Michigan, 3 field goals from Dominic Zabata, 1 field goal from Jaden Fielding of Ohio State, and a Julian Sayin 35-yard touchdown pass to
Big
Jeremiah
Ten
Smith.
referee Mike check. 1, 2.
He got new batteries, like you said, Jim.
Ohio State is 4 of 6 on third down conversions. 1 of 1 on fourth down. That turned into a touchdown.
So 19 seconds remaining on the second quarter.
Thank you.
Second
Good
quarter.
to be back.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You're annoying the devil out of us. 10-9. Ohio State leading Michigan.
Yeah, he's got a wife and family maybe at home listening to him.
Okay. But they would know what he sounds like.
They would.
Well, we say all of it in jest because we need the officials to let us know what's going on at times. So,
Ohio State's averaging 6.8 yards per play.
That'd be good right now.
Yeah. Need to get one of those plays right here.
3rd and 3. Ohio State owns the ball at the Michigan 4-yard line. And as you mentioned earlier, Jim, the Buckeyes will get the third quarter kickoff. They won the toss and deferred. So trying to do what Ryan Day talks often about, take advantage of the middle 8.
Middle 8, last 4 of the second, first 4 of the third quarter. So Ohio State's done a good job. This drive started all the way back on the 13-yard line of moving it down in position here to get another point.
And that was because of a penalty.
Yes.
An unsportsmanlike penalty on the kick return. By the way, Skip Mossick, the official got new batteries in his microphone. Okay, you heard all the way down the hallway? Oh,
yeah.
I did for part of it. 20 seconds left until halftime. 10-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. 3rd and 3, Buckeyes of the Wolverine 4. As both teams come from their respective sidelines to get on the field. Redshirt freshman quarterback Julian Sayin playing in his first rivalry game. He has teammates surrounding him in the huddle. Brandon Ennis will go wide to the right with Carnell Tate and Max Clare. Jeremiah Smith flanked left. C.J. Donaldson tailback to the left of quarterback Julian Sayin, who's in the gun. 3rd and 3, Ohio State at the Michigan 4. Center Carson Hinsman in position over the ball. Sayin gets the snap, looks to throw. Sayin delivers, caught by Ennis into the end zone for a touchdown. Brandon Ennis on a 3-yard passing play. Brandon Ennis gets his 3rd TD catch of the season, and Ohio State a 16-9 lead over Michigan.
Buckeyes had 3 receivers off to the right. One a tight end. Brandon Ennis goes into motion, comes back, and then runs like a little slant route off of that. Almost a pick there by Ohio State. Did a good job finding a way to get open there, running behind his tight end. Peeled off to the inside, and again, Julian saying enough time to make that throw.
5th career touchdown catch for the junior from Hollywood, Florida, Brandon Ennis. PAT unit on to try for point number 17. Furlman snaps, McGuire spots. Jaden Fielding's kick is up, and it is good. 17-9. Ohio State leading Michigan with 16 seconds left until halftime, and all of this happening after the Buckeyes had fallen behind 6-0 early in the game.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 11 plays, 87 yards, 5:08 off the clock. Julian Sayin 13 of 17, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, a multiple touchdown game. Bring up the good and the bad, 1 interception.
Yes, that is 9 of his last 11 games in which he has thrown multiple touchdowns. Julian Sayin. You know, a couple of weeks ago, people were talking about him as a Heisman Trophy candidate. Some thought maybe a favorite. That has maybe changed with the way Mendoza at Indiana has played. But he's done what he's needed to do for his team in one half of football here today.
Well, the kid from Carlsbad, California, out here in short sleeves. That shows me a lot about him right there.
Yes. from the surf to the snow. Jade Fielding set to kick off for Ohio State. Andrew Marsh will be the deep returner for Michigan, along with Joe Taylor, the up returner. 17-9, Ohio State with a lead over Michigan. Fielding puts his right foot into the ball, drives that one deep, and Marsh will let it go into the end zone. And Tyler Danberg, what's up down on the field?
Well, that touchdown from Julian Sayin to Brandon Innes is no coincidence, because Innes, Sayin, and Ryan Day, head coach, had a long, lengthy conversation in that timeout about how that play was going to go down, and it went down successfully. Now, after
There's
that
no
kickoff,
foul.
guys, there was some tempers being exchanged on both ends. Kenyatta Jackson Jr. for Ohio State instigating in Michigan was not able to develop who made the ruckus, but there's a lot of tempers right now.
Well, there was one Michigan player that was in a pocket of Ohio State players. We saw him follow his keister. Couldn't see if he was shoved or if he was paying off from drama class. But Michigan will have the ball 1st and 10 to their own 25-yard line.
Acting like a soccer player.
Yeah, really. Brandon Underwood, the freshman quarterback for Michigan, sets up in a shotgun. Bryson Kuzdal is off his left hip. 1st and 10 Wolverines from their own 25. Give to Kuzdal going to the right side. He gets bottled up behind blockers and is going to be stopped around the 25-yard line. Linebacker Arvell Reese, lineman Caden McDonald in there to bring it to an end in the half. Have we got a flag dropped? Yes, we do, out near the 50.
Yeah, Jermaine Matthews out there working on a wide receiver.
That was Kendrick Bell.
Yeah.
So the flags dropped far away from where the play had come to an
After
end.
the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Number 10, Michigan, and number 7, Ohio State. That's their first word disqualification. Down counts. Second out.
And that occurs with 5 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Well, it's been chippy right from the get-go.
Yeah, there's some.
And, you know, and that's got to aggravate both head coaches, you think, Jim?
Yeah, you got to clean that up. Play your game.
So to be 2nd and 10.
This is the end of the first
they
half.
let it run. Okay, half comes to an end with Ohio State leading Michigan 17-9. Stay tuned. Skip Mossick with our halftime show coming up next. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. Welcome to the Buckeye Football Halftime Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
Buckeyes are known for paying it forward. That's why Buckeyes Care strives to serve the betterment of our community by positively impacting families across Ohio. Join partners: American Electric Power, Kroger, Donato's, the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the James Cancer Hospital, Huntington Bank, and WBNS TV in Columbus in supporting this cause at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeyes Care. 17-9, Ohio State leads Michigan halftime here in Ann Arbor. We're double dipping here this afternoon.
Yeah,
we
how
have
fun is this?
Ohio State President Ted Carter and Athletic Director Ross Bjork, and we'll start with a question for both of you. You've both been involved with college athletics for a long time. How does this rivalry, I guess, obviously Army-Navy, we know what you've been involved with, but just by comparison to other places you've been.
Yeah, I'll speak to the Army-Navy legendary, rivalry that's there. I've lived that for 45 years, and as much as to all my Army and Navy friends out there, this is next level. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, this is the biggest rivalry in all of, not just college football, all of college sports. And what a display today. We got the snow going on, fans going crazy. A lot of scarlet and gray out there too, which I'm glad to see. And of course, we got the best damn band in the land out here performing.
Ross, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's called the game for a reason, right? I mean, I've been around, the Egg Bowl, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. When I was at Texas A&M, we never played Texas until the last couple of years where they've matched up, but been here. So I think this game just defines the scale, the size of both universities, the brand power that we both bring to the Big Ten nationally, the history. I mean, Michigan's won over 1,000 games. We're knocking on the door for 1,000 victories, right? I mean, so just the magnitude and the scale, there is really, really nothing like it in college sports.
Ohio State #1 in the country for a reason. Something people don't kind of take for granted a little bit, 15-game winning streak. That's just something that's really unprecedented when you start thinking about college football.
I would just say this has been a season that is in this new college football playoff era that nobody's seen before. And as you're watching the games, we saw Texas A&M lose yesterday. There's still an undefeated team in those Hoosiers, but we're taking care of business here today, and I feel good about this season. We are really, really a unique team this year. I think we're better than we were last year.
Yeah, I think it really speaks, I think, to what happens in that building 365 days a year, right? I mean, these things don't happen just when you wake up on November 29th. I mean, what happens on July 1st? What happens on August 1st? What happens in spring ball? What happens in recruiting? I tell you what, I was talking to some executives down on the field from some NFL teams. The president of a couple NFL teams were down there, and we're talking about the character of these young men. I think the maturity of this team coming off of last year, going into this year, the leadership has really stepped up. So I think it's just leadership and character mixed with, supreme talent leads us to where we are. Now let's finish, right? Now we want to be a little greedy. Let's finish.
Love being greedy. Speaking of being greedy, more than just football as far as success, as far as Ohio State. First of all, how about women's soccer? As far as, I know it didn't go their way last night, but what an unprecedented run that we saw, an unexpected run.
Yeah, no, they had to beat two incredibly good soccer teams in Notre Dame and Baylor, and they ran into a juggernaut against Florida State, but to get into the Elite Eight, that's a big deal. So, yeah, kudos to our women's soccer team.
Coach Walker, I mean, she just does such a great job. Just, again, back to leadership, culture. She's our longest serving head coach at Ohio State right now, and so just the job that she does. And, I think what's really cool about this conversation is we have a president who actually pays attention to all of our sports.
He's an athlete.
And so that, again, back to alignment and just structure of how we're positioned, I think for the future just speaks to President Carter's leadership.
Well, speaking of unprecedented, this is unprecedented having you both on live at the same time, so we're going to take a quick timeout. Back with Ohio State President Ted Carter and Athletic Director Ross Bjork. Again, Ohio State 17, Michigan 9. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Paul Keels for Window Nation. Columbus, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, they're offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. Get big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Again, halftime here in Ann Arbor. Ohio State 17, Michigan 9. Skip Mossick joined by Ohio State President Ted Carter, Athletic Director Ross Bjork, and one I guess issue that's gotten a lot of national attention lately, really for both of you, is regarding college athletics, is a potential private equity deal in the Big Ten. Take us through your conversations through this, and I guess what's your position on a potential possible deal?
So I'll start and then let Ross pipe in here. You know, the most important thing that fans ought to know is we're a proud member of the Big Ten, and we'll do everything that we can in our power to make sure that the Big Ten, particularly Michigan and Ohio State, remain, you know, the top two brands, and you know that's first and foremost. The second piece is, you know, we support what the Big Ten was trying to do and look at other revenue streams in this really critical time where we're having to expand sports. You know, we have roughly 1,000 student athletes, 36 Division I sports. So, of course, it would be smart for us to think about how do we continue to maintain that with revenue. And, of course, we're not looking at any deals where we're going to give up a thing.
Right.
So I think people need to understand that. You know, but here's the bottom line. Right now, this deal is, I'll say it's on pause at best, and tabled is maybe probably a better word, and there's nothing imminent. So for people that are thinking they know what's on the table with this, a lot of it's been misunderstood. So nothing's happening anytime right now.
Yeah, I would say, you know, it's easy to sit here and say, oh, this is the most transformational time in college athletics. Everybody knows that. But what are you going to do about it, right? And so the action of trying to maintain for us 36 sports, trying to make sure that we can pay for it, trying to make sure we manage our expenses, but also pursue new revenue sources. Sure. I mean, I think people have seen us be aggressive in the last couple of years at Ohio State. We've activated new sponsors, and then our conferences are the place to also do that. You know, I would say President Carter and I agree that the Big Ten right now is undervalued from a commercial standpoint in terms of how we do sponsorship, how we do hospitality. So a big part of this structure around Big Ten Enterprises was to be more aggressive in this space. We have TV deals coming up in a couple years. They'll be here fast. So how do we capitalize on this space? How do we actually take some action? So we're not going to give up on the action piece. We have to continue to be creative and aggressive, and Ohio State, we think, can lead the way in many aspects of this.
And I just may add one more point.
Sure.
We have an exceptional board of trustees at Ohio State. They've been deeply involved in the conversation. We've been transparent. You know, they as a fiduciary and a policy oversight board to us, we have been working and looking at every aspect of this. So anybody thinks that there's some sort of backdoor deal or something happening without the transparency of our own board, that's absolutely not true. So I want to make sure people understand that.
President Carter, you alluded to it. Ross, you've spoken about it several times, but the importance of maintaining all 36 Division I sports and adding scholarships as far as what you want to try to do with that rev share.
Yeah, we added over 90 scholarships going into this year, and we're going to continue to invest. You know, the revenue share that we're sharing with athletes is $20.5 million. That'll go up over $21 million next year. Building out third-party NIL through Buckeye Sports Group and getting, you know, sponsors and donors more involved, you know, working with the College Sports Commission. There's a lot of evolution happening right now, but the great thing is Ohio State, we're on the right side of the equation, but we can't give up. We can't just sit here and say, hey, it's all good. It's going to be a constant churn and chase to make sure that we stay at the forefront of all of this.
Last thing, this is Thanksgiving. We're wrapping up Thanksgiving weekend. Just a little bit as far as a message to the fans and everything as far as everything that's to be thankful for, really, with Ohio State.
Yeah, I consider this to be Thanksgiving weekend with all the rivalry games, and I just want to say to all our fans, all our supporters, our students, our staff, our faculty, our board, I'm thankful for everybody. It's really great to be in the state of Ohio where everybody cares about Ohio State, and when we play football, everybody's a Buckeye fan.
Buckeye Nation can't thank them enough. They're the best in the country, so let's keep it going.
First trip to the Big House for both of you.
Yes,
just your thoughts on the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I like that we're getting the ball in the second half. We got a little bit more business to do. You know, we made a few mistakes in the first half, and yet we're still up. We're outgaining them almost 2-1. So our defense is going to stay stout, but there's still a lot of football to be played.
Russ,
I think we're done. Let's talk about the middle eight. Let's keep winning the middle eight. Let's finish the second half.
First half of that was very well done, so let's keep it going. 17-9. Again, Ohio State leads Michigan here at the half. Ohio State President Ted Carter, Ross Bjork, Ohio State Athletic Director. Gentlemen, Unprecedented. This has been fun, okay?
All right.
Skip. Let's go get them.
Thanks, Skip.
We'll
Go
check your college football scoreboard next. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one carton. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Hey Buckeyes, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field designed Ohio State t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Ohio State in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Again, halftime here in Ann Arbor. Ohio State 17, Michigan 9. Skip Mossick with a quick check of your college football scoreboard. Top 25. Halftime, Texas Tech leading at West Virginia 28-0. Also at the half, it is Miami 17, Pittsburgh 7. Second quarter, UCF leads at number 11, BYU 14-7. Football around the state this afternoon. Third quarter, Central Michigan 3, Toledo 0. Halftime down in Oxford, Miami 31, Ball State 10. FCS playoffs getting underway today. Halftime, Youngstown State on top of Yale 35-7. NCAA Division II playoffs. Second quarter, Ferris State 21, Ashland 17. NCAA Division III playoffs. Fourth quarter, Mount Union up on Muhlenberg 49-7. Fourth quarter, John Carroll 28, Randolph-Macon 6. Again here in Ann Arbor, Ohio State 17, Michigan 9. Paul and Jim back to preview the second half next. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hosting a passionate crew of Buckeye fans? Revamp your rec room for an epic watch party with power reclining sofas, massaging recliners, entertainment centers, and coffee tables from Bob's. They even have sofas with drop-down tables for snacks and bevs. Shop in-store or online to score big on an incredible game day setup at Bob's everyday low prices. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics, The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeyes satellite free on DirecTV. Visit directtv.com today to learn more. Halftime in Ann Arbor, 17-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. Jim?
Here's some of the stats. Ohio State had 33 offensive plays, 221 yards, 145 yards passing, 16 rushes for 76. For Michigan, they have 24 plays, 124 yards, 16 yards passing, 19 rushing attempts for 108 yards. Buckeyes have had the ball possession time, 16-21, 5 of 7 on third downs, 1 for 1 on fourth downs. Bo Jackson, 12 carries for 77 yards in this ballgame. Julian Sain, 13 of 17, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bo Jackson, your leading receiver, 3 catches for 37 yards. Jaden McClain has 5 tackles at half.
Again, our score at the half, 17-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. The team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth. The official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Second half about to start with Ohio State leading Michigan here in Ann Arbor, 17-9. Down on the field to Tyler Denberg.
In this 121-game history of the game, it's not uncommon for there to be some skirmishes coming out of halftime because of the shared tunnel here at Michigan Stadium. But we can report, standing in the middle of the tunnel, that it was a clean execution. Michigan came out first, then Ohio State came out after. No pleasantries exchanged. The snow has intensified, probably the most it's been all game so far. That's going to make for a fun second half.
Each first down that Ohio State picks up today brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Jim, a lot of questions about how would Ohio State handle adversity. They really haven't had much this year. They had to face it today, and they've come through it so far.
Yeah, down 6-0 in the ball game. Obviously, you have the field goal that they get the opening drive. They had 2 big runs, and they get it in the end zone, and then had the interception the next series. Before you know it, you're down. But Ohio State was able to respond to that, get some touchdown drives. Now they got to have another good drive here to start the ball with the third quarter. They'll have it.
Beckham Sunderland to kick off. C.J. Donaldson is back with Lorenzo Styles to return this kick. Donaldson rather than Brandon Innes, who caught a touchdown pass.
How about that?
Right before the half.
Good to see the captain make a play.
Yes, it is. Sand has thrown 2 TDs, one to Jeremiah Smith, the other to Brandon Innes. We did get indications. It appears Jordan Marshall, Michigan running back, is not going to return. He re-aggravated his shoulder injury from a couple of weeks ago. Kickoff fielded by Lorenzo Styles of the 5 for Ohio State. Middle of the field, 15-20, dropped just past the 20-yard line. Michigan was able to get a play made by Zeke Berry, who got Lorenzo off his tracks.
Yes, first return of the year, 100 yards. This one maybe about 21.
Yeah. Good average.
Yeah.
So the Ohio State offense will start the third quarter with possession of the football. Julian Sand threw one interception and then bounced back. Has thrown a couple of touchdown passes, one of them on a crucial fourth down play. Ohio State moving right to left as we view things here at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. Bo Jackson has logged most of the work at tailback today. Max Clare, Jeremiah Smith break wide to the right. Carnell Tate wide to the left for Ohio State. Center Carson Hinsman over the ball as Tate will now motion to the right. Sand gets the snap, screens to the right side. Jeremiah Smith, 20-yard line. Bumps off of Tate, gets to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 26. Defensive back Zeke Berry was in there to kind of gum things up, but Smith bounced off Tate trying to get around him.
Yeah, Tate trying to block number 7, TJ Metcalf. Metcalf kind of rejected him in to Jeremiah Smith. Kind of messed up his running lane there, so he had to bounce it outside. 2nd and 6. Ohio State at their own 25. Of course, Smith did not play last week. Questions all week about the status of he and Tate regarding health. Out of the huddle they come. Tate and Clare go wide to the right. Smith and Ennis wide left. Jackson in the backfield behind Sand in a pistol formation. 2nd and 6, Ohio State at their own 25. Give to Bo Jackson. Jackson running straight ahead, and he's going to stumble up to about the 30-yard line before Michigan is able to get him put on the ground. And the last Wolverine down there at the bottom of the pile that was involved in that was linebacker Jimmy Rolder, who's been a busy young man today. Yeah, when healthy, he's a really good linebacker. He's been banged up throughout his career, but he's playing well today.
Michigan playing without Ernest Hausman, who had almost 70 tackles coming into the game, another of their linebackers. 3rd and 1, Ohio State at their own 30-yard line. Bo Jackson off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand. Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and Brandon Ennis all wide to the left. On 3rd and short, Ohio State at their own 30-yard line. And a handoff, Bo Jackson straight ahead. Bo Jackson, he'll get the first down, but that's about all he'll get as the Wolverines getting bottled up, and making the stop was linebacker Cole Sullivan for Michigan, but it's a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, the most important thing, picking up that first down. Bo Jackson's able to do that. Ran right behind his center. Left guard Luke Montgomery there. Found a little bit of a crease for a gain of about 2.
7th leading rusher as far as total yards coming into the game. Bo Jackson, the freshman of the week in the Big Ten after his game last week against Rutgers. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 33, leading 17-9 early in the third quarter. Pistol formation with Sand at quarterback, Jackson right behind him at tailback. 3 receiver package for Ohio State. Sand will feed Jackson again, coming left side at his own 30, slowed but cuts to the middle of the field to the 35, and linebacker Jimmy Rolder will grab him and wrestle him to the ground right around the Ohio State 35.
Gain of 2 yards, maybe 3 there. They're going to spot the ball. No, right at the 35, so just 2. Tegra Shabola, number 77, a little slow to get up after that last play. And they haven't substituted at right guard like they have most of the season.
Interesting. 2nd and 8. Ohio State at their own 35-yard line. We've seen really just Donaldson and Jackson at tailback. Peoples was in there briefly as a receiver in the first half. 2nd and 8, Ohio State at their own 35-yard line. Offset eye with Will Kazmarek and Bo Jackson in the backfield, and Julian Sand's going to throw. He screens it out right side. Bo Jackson gets to his own 40-yard line, races up to the 45, out of bounds to the 47-yard line as defensive back TJ Metcalf will drag him out of bounds, but not before Bo Jackson picks up a first down for Ohio State.
It's Bo Jackson's 4th reception of the ball game. They're using him a little bit more in that passing game. Over 100 all-purpose yards now for Bo Jackson.
Wow. 47-yard line on the Ohio State side of the field is where the Buckeyes continue to operate, leading 17-9.
We got 87 rushing, so what's his 6th 100-yard game if he can eclipse that barrier?
Yeah, under 12 to play here in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 47. Now in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sand is one of the tight ends, who now will motion out of the backfield, Max Clare. Sand looking to throw. Sand flips that up the left side where Max Clare has it, but then dropped it. It fell out of his hands at the 45 of Michigan as he was just past the 50. Had the ball cradled for a moment, but like a slippery pig in a mud pile, it slipped out.
Yeah, it's wet down there with that snow, but you're right. It looked like he was going to catch that football. As he turned to go upfield, the ball slipped out and out of bounds.
James Peoples was in for that formation. He'll leave in favor of Bo Jackson as Ohio State looks at 2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Michigan hasn't got much pass pressure. Let's see if they try to dial up a few blitzes here to get after Julian Sand.
Rogers and Adolph and Ennis wide to the left for Sand, who's got Jackson in the backfield with him. Snap to Julian Sand. Hands to Bo Jackson, running right side, slowed but steps forward and cut down to the 49 of Michigan by defensive back Braden Hillman.
Short gain of maybe 2 yards on that, so a lot
49
of work.
of Ohio State, sorry.
Yeah, a lot of work here on third down for the Buckeyes, who've been pretty good at converting on third downs in this ballgame.
3rd and 8 from their own 49. Of course, they had a big, successful 4th down play. Out of the huddle they come. Bo Jackson will go wide to the right with Jeremiah Smith. Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis, Max Clare wide left, leaving Sand alone in the backfield. 3rd and 8, Ohio State from their own 49 early in the third quarter. Snap to Sand, blitz coming, throws middle of the field, caught by Max Clare at the 46 of Michigan, where he's going to be grabbed and yanked down. They'll probably blow that play right at the 46 of Michigan. Jordan Young, defensive back, made first contact with Max Clare.
They'll mark that at the 46, and that means 3 yards to go. Ohio State looks like they're sending their punt team out.
Yes, that will be Joe McGuire. 19 punts on the year, averaging 42 per. Michigan will drop Andrew Marsh back to await the punt. And the freshman Marsh out of Katy, Texas is averaging 11.7 per return. So John Furman will snap it from the Michigan 45-yard line. Snap to McGuire at his own 40. Gets a punt in the air with the right foot. Marsh drifting to his left, waving for a fair catch. Lets it check up behind him at the 5 and checks into the end zone for a touchback. So Michigan will have it at their own 20. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Encova Insurance for auto and home, and circling you with solutions you can trust. Encova, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 10:07 to play, third quarter in Ann Arbor. 17-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Salmo Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get $3,000 customer cash on remaining new 25 Tundras. Or get 0.99 APR financing plus $1,000 TFS APR cash. With approved credit through TFS, excludes TRD Pro. APR cash must be applied to deal. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. 10:07 left in the third quarter in Ann Arbor. 17-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Buckeyes defensive tackle and Outland Trophy finalist Caden McDonald is back out on the field, but while the offense has been out there since the end of the first half, he's been back and forth on the bike. He's got a black pad on his right knee. He's got heavy white tape wrapped around his left ankle.
Well, Michigan is operating without Jordan Marshall, their redshirt freshman running back from Cincinnati. He apparently re-aggravated a shoulder injury, so a lot of work for Bryson Cusdall at tailback, who will be in the backfield along with Andrew Marsh surrounding quarterback Bryce Underwood. Michigan has scored 3 field goals from Dominic Zavada, and that's been it. 1st and 10, the Wolverines from their own 20-yard line. Bryce Underwood, freshman quarterback in a shotgun, gets the snap from Greg Crippen, fakes a handoff, looks to throw, fires up the left side of the field where it is caught by McCauley, dropped at his own 46-yard line as he was settled between a couple of defenders. Lorenzo Styles one, the other was Jalen McClain, but Donovan McCauley hauls in a big first down catch.
Came out throwing on first down there, something they haven't done all ball game.
And they'll get right on the ball at their own 46. Bryce Underwood gets the quick snap, rolls to his right, throws out where it is caught by Klein, the tight end, and he's undercut at his own 45 by nickelback Lorenzo Styles.
A quick react there as Michigan got right back on that line of scrimmage, tried to get Ohio State caught off guard there. They were able to react and make that play, especially our nickelback Lorenzo Styles Jr.
2nd and 10, Michigan with the ball at their own 46-yard line. Kendrick Bell will go wide to the left with Andrew Marsh and Donovan McCauley. Bryson Cusdall remains the tailback to the left of quarterback Bryce Underwood. Now Marsh motions into the backfield. Michigan to their own 46. The handoff will go to Cusdall up the middle, grabbed and stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The 46 by lineman Caden McDonald, bringing up a course and third down.
Yeah, 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 they're going to call it officially. So Ohio State defense, after giving up that first down play, has to find a way to get off the field here. Let's see, they're going to change some personnel. Caden McDonald's going to go out. They're going to get more of a pass rushing crew inside with Edric Houston checking in.
So 3rd and 10, Michigan at their own 46. They send a new tight end in, Zach Marshall. Bryce Underwood will set up on a shotgun. Off his right hip is his running back, Bryson Cusdall. McCulley wide right, 3 other receivers wide left. Snap to Underwood, looks to throw. Dumps it out on the right side, incomplete. Bryson Cusdall, the running back, fumbled it out on the right flat and dropped it. So to bring 4th down up.
Yeah, so they'll send their punt team out after, like I said, having some little bit of success, getting a first down. The Buckeyes came back, responded, 3 straight downs with no yards. 4th and 10, they'll punt it away.
Brandon Ennis will be back to await the punt from Hudson Hollaback. The snow is kind of filtering all around. It looks like one of those Christmas globes sitting on the coffee table in Skip Mossick's living room. Just one. I'm surprised. Greg Tarr is the long snapper, gets the ball back to Hollenbeck, the punter, who puts it in the air, and he shanked that baby. That's going to check up around the Ohio State 40, roll to the Ohio State 43, where Michigan's Zach Marshall will down it, and Ohio State will have advantageous field position. Timeout with 8:20 to play, third quarter here in Ann Arbor, 17-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, Anduril is an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, whose mission is to transform U.S. military capabilities through advanced technology. 8:20 to play, third quarter here in Ann Arbor, 17-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. Down on the field again to Tyler Danberg.
Weather continues to play a factor, just like on that 11-yard punt for Michigan. The snow is coming down in a more diagonal and sharper motion. It's coming down towards the bottom left pylon of the end zone to our left, which is in the north end, and it's a little bit bigger flakes as well. Continue to keep weather in mind as this game goes along.
And it doesn't appear as though it's building up on the field at this point, even looking at some of the buildings over by Schembechler Hall. Maybe a little gathering on some of the roofs.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's starting to fill in some of those roofs over there to the left.
17-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. Julian saying a couple of touchdown passes, one to Jeremiah Smith, the other to Brandon Ennis. A field goal from Jaden Fielding, offsetting Michigan's 3 field goals from Dominic Zavada. So Ohio State will have the possession of the ball for the second time here in the second half, owning it at their own 43 after Hollenbeck's less than desirable punt.
Yeah, that thing shanked and then checked up. It's
sure
hard
did.
to do that. You can't try that. You kind of mishit it, and then as soon as it hit the ground, it started going in Ohio State's favor.
Quarterback Julian Sayin, redshirt freshman from Carlsbad, California. He's got Isaiah West in the backfield with him at running back. First time we've seen West, who will set up off his left hip. Carnell Tate wide left. Jeremiah Smith wide right. Brandon Innes motioning to a slot left position. Sand in the shotgun, gets the snap. He's going to toss it quickly to Tate, left side, and he's going to be taken down to the 50-yard line. Michigan was able to get right on the spot. Zeke Berry, defensive back, to make first contact with Tate.
Yeah, good grab there by Carnell Tate. A little bit high, but he was able to get up and pull it in for a quick 7 yards there. Just a nice route by Carnell Tate,
who did not play in the last 3 games, but has played a significant role here today. 2nd and 3, Ohio State owning the ball at the 50-yard line. Tate will go wide to the right with Jeremiah Smith. 2 tight ends on the left side of the line, Claire and Kazmarek. Now Kazmarek motions to the right. West in the backfield next to Julian Sand, who fakes the handoff. Sand to throw from the 40. Steps up and shoots out one deep down the middle of the field. Carnell Tate. He's got it to the 5 and into the end zone goes Carnell Tate. 50 yards through the air. Julian Sand to Carnell Tate. His 8th touchdown catch of the year, and it's 23-9 Ohio State.
Julian Sand took that snap, rolled to his right about 5 or 6 steps, planted his back foot, and just let it go. Carnell Tate beat the defensive back by 2 or 3 yards. All he had to do was catch it and fall in the end zone. Excellent play call, excellent execution by this Ohio State offense.
Tate averages about 32 yards per TD catch. That average will go up a bit. PAT unit is on. John Furman to snap, Joe McGuire to spot, and Jaden Fielding to kick it. As it's put down, and the kick by Jaden Fielding is up, and it is through the uprights. And Ohio State now has a 24-9 lead over Michigan with 7:35 to play in the third quarter. Score perks on Game Day Essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Timeout with 7:35 left in the third quarter. It's 24-9, Ohio State ahead of Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield. Paul Keels here for Window Nation. Columbus, now is the best time to replace your windows. Window Nation is offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. They'll also throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home. Take advantage of big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com today.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
Alrighty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
When you need urgent care, there are many choices, but there's only one advanced level of urgent care, led by the Ohio State Emergency Medicine Physicians. Ohio State Advanced Urgent Care. When you need care fast, the choice is clear, and Ohio State strikes through the air. 50-yard TD pass, Julian Sand to Carnell Tate, plus the point after, and the Buckeyes have a 24-9 lead at Michigan with 7:35 left in the third quarter.
The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 2 plays, 57 yards, 45 seconds off the clock. It was all Carnell Tate. Down the sidelines to Tyler Danberg.
Well, Jim, the 2 guys whose statuses were in question heading into today have touchdowns. First, Jeremiah Smith, now Carnell Tate. He was more vocal than he usually is after a touchdown. Big, wide-eyed smile on his face. His good high school teammate and friend, Nolan Baudo, was on the sidelines with the quarterbacks and receivers, said to his guys, got to keep punching.
Well, the other touchdown pass is going to Brandon Innes, so Julian Sand has spread the wealth around.
Yeah, that was Carnell for 7 and then Carnell for 50. 2 plays.
Andrew Marsh, the deep returner. Joe Taylor, the up returner for Michigan, is Jaden Fielding. Boots that ball in the air, and Marsh will let it go out of the back of the end zone, and let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Well, Michigan will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25. 24-9 Ohio State with a lead. 7.5 to play third quarter. Buckeyes didn't have an answer for Jordan Marshall, the Michigan running back, but they don't need to figure one out now because he apparently is. No, way to go, Paul. Say that and he's out there. And there he is. It was a shoulder injury that he suffered in the Northwestern game a couple of weeks ago, causing him to not play last week.
He's back.
And it seemed as though he had re-aggravated it. He'll be the running back behind Underwood in the pistol. Hand to Jordan Marshall. Started up the middle, goes to the left side, and Caden Curry, defensive end, piles him up and stops him around the 25-yard line.
Caden McDonald, the other Caden, was also involved in that play, beating his chest with his fist after making that stop for no gain.
So to be 2nd and 10, Michigan at their 25-yard line. Bryce Underwood playing in his first Ohio State-Michigan game. Has a 4-receiver package out there. Throws to one of them, right side. Caught by Donovan McCauley, who races up to his own 38, where he's bumped out of bounds by corner Davis and Igbinosun. That'll be a Michigan first down.
Little talking after that last play. 1-on-1 crime there. Davis and Igbinosun against Donovan McCauley.
From Lawrence North High School in Indianapolis, the same school that produced Greg Oden and Mike Conley to Ohio State for basketball. 1st and 10, Michigan with the ball at their own 39-yard line, but trailing 24-9 here in the third quarter. Quarterback Bryce Underwood out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, sets up at his 31 to throw. Shoots that up the middle of the field, and it is almost intercepted, falling incomplete at the 50 as safety Caleb Downs jumped in front of tight end Marlon Klein for that ball.
Yeah, he did jump that route. He saw where he was going, was reading the eyes of quarterback Bryce Underwood. As soon as he threw towards Klein, the tight end, he was able to get his body in front. Wanted to pick, but ended up with an incompletion.
The only active two-time All-American playing in college football this year, Caleb Downs. So now 2nd and 10. Michigan with the ball at their own 39-yard line. Jordan Marshall remains a tailback, and now Underwood under center. Greg Crippen to take the snap. Hands it off Marshall, going straight ahead, and Marshall into a pile of white shirts, knocked down right around the 40-yard line. And as that pile separates, Caleb Downs down there, safety at the bottom of it, along with Ohio State defensive end Kenyatta Jackson, bringing up a course on 3rd down.
Physical tackle there by the Ohio State defense. They got him into another 3rd down. Let's see if they can get off the field here.
3rd and 9, Michigan at their 40. Jordan Marshall remains the single setback. 3 wide to the left, one of them Andrew Marsh, single receiver Donovan McCauley to the right. 3rd and 8, Michigan at their own 41-yard line. Snap to Bryce Underwood. Pressure coming as Underwood throws that one up the right sideline, and it is incomplete, but a penalty flag will come out as corner Davis and Igbinosun interfered with receiver Donovan McCauley around the Ohio State 40.
Pass interference. Defense number 1. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So the drive will continue for Michigan with that penalty, and it moves into Ohio State territory.
4th penalty called against Ohio State for 47 yards. Michigan has 1 penalty for 3, although Ohio State declined one of their penalties.
6 minutes to play, third quarter, 24-9, Ohio State leading. Michigan 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 44-yard line. Andrew Marsh off the line to the left. Wide to the right are Channing Goodwin and Donovan McCauley with Jordan Marshall in the backfield. Pistol formation, Marshall behind quarterback Bryce Underwood. Ball in Underwood's hands. Fakes the handoff. Underwood set to pass. Underwood tosses it on the right side. Incomplete to Jordan Marshall out on the right flat at the Ohio State 42. And he had linebacker Arbel Reese stalking him.
Yeah, it's hard to catch it when you got a sore shoulder to get those arms around, hands up to make that play. He couldn't make that play.
2nd and 10 for Michigan at the Ohio State 44. Wolverines will get set right on the ball. Kendrick Bell and Channing Goodwin wide to the right. Andrew Marsh, end of the line left as a receiver. Handoff Jordan Marshall going straight up the middle, and he's going to be grabbed by linebacker Sonny Styles and stopped right around the Ohio State 47-yard line, bringing up another course and 3rd down.
That's going to be a TFL tackle for loss there. Sonny Styles, he ran through that line of scrimmage unblocked, went out to his right and was able to take down Jordan Marshall,
who comes walking to the sideline being replaced by Cusdall, and you can tell that he just does not look like he's in a good way. Not to play a doctor on the radio. 3rd and 12, Michigan at the Ohio State 46-yard line. Bryce Underwood straight behind his center. Greg Crippen in a shotgun. Bryson Cusdall is to his right in the backfield. Underwood to throw from his 45. Throws up the left side. A wobbler that is incomplete at the Ohio State 30. Davison Igbonoson was over there covering Donovan McCauley, but the pass had too much on it.
Incomplete. So now they got 4th and 12. Michigan will send their punt team out. Ohio State will keep their defense out, play for a fake punt. Brandon Ennis will go back and fair catch this one.
Well, Hudson Hollenbeck last time delivered an 11-yard punt. 4th and 12. The snap will come from Greg Tarr from the Ohio State 46-yard line with 5 minutes and 13 seconds on the third quarter clock. 3 personal protectors between the snapper Tarr and the punter Hollenbeck, who gets it at his 40, hits the punt from his own 43-yard line. Brandon Ennis creeping up on it, must have waited for a fair catch as he makes it at his own 13-yard line. 5:06 to play, third quarter. Buckeye fans, drive into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change for an expert oil change done in about 15 minutes. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout, 5:06 left in the third. It is 24-9. Ohio State ahead of Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
College football season is Modelo season. If you're listening to this right now, it's time to reward your full-time fandom with a nice cold Modelo, brewed for full-time Buckeye fans. 5:06 to play, third quarter here in Ann Arbor. It is 24-9. Ohio State ahead of Michigan. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
The snow here at Michigan Stadium continues to fall, and it's falling even harder but in smaller flakes. The turf playing surface now has a whiter coating. You can see the maize block M, but the green turf has become a little bit more white. However, Ohio State's equipment staff has made sure this sideline is well equipped and prepared to handle the cold. They have many different push heaters that can get up to 185 degrees. They also equip players with many different base layers, scuba shirts, latex gloves underneath their gloves, anything they can do to help these guys weather the snowy conditions.
And somebody went down there and drew an X in that M down to our right in that one end zone. Wonder who did that. Skip.
Yeah, they got the scarlet capes out there on the Ohio State sideline.
Yes. 5:06 to play, third quarter. 24-9. Ohio State the lead, and the Buckeyes will have the football as it is put down at their own 14-yard line.
Long, slow drive.
That would be nice. Julian Sand, who's thrown 3 touchdown passes. The front man in a pistol formation, C.J. Donaldson right behind him at tailback. David Adolph moving in motion and handing it off to Donaldson, who runs right side, gets to the 20 and taken down at the 21 on his own side of the field. C.J. Donaldson stopped by Cole Sullivan, linebacker of Michigan.
Running behind Phillip Daniels, the right tackle. We haven't had a whole lot of success all year running to the right side. That time we did. Picked up about 7, 8, maybe 8 yards.
So we've seen a little bit of Donaldson, a little bit of Jackson, a little bit of Wes Peoples has been out there, but he's not been in the backfield. He's been used as a slot receiver. 2nd and 2, Ohio State at their own 22-yard line. Isaiah West is in a tailback next to Sand, who's in a shotgun. West with a give, and West is going to be grabbed from behind and dropped at the 24-yard line. Michigan was able to get that play made in the backfield immediately, and jumping in there was T.J. Guy, linebacker, and it brings up a first down pickup that was presented by Kroger.
Yeah, they got enough for the first down. They needed 2. They picked up about 2.5, maybe 3 yards, so they'll go ahead and move the chains, and Ohio State have a fresh set of downs here.
TJ Guy playing in his 47th game at Michigan, a senior from Brockton, Massachusetts. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 24, protecting a lead of 24-9 with under 4 to play in the third quarter. 2 men in the backfield surrounding quarterback Julian Sayin. Snap to Sayin. Hands it off. Bo Jackson running right side, and Jackson is taken down right around the 27-yard line by Michigan defensive lineman Trey Pierce.
Austin Saraville had a nice block down the field on a defensive back. Pancake action there.
So on that run, it's 2nd and 8. Buckeyes at their own 26-yard line. Out of the huddle they come with the hand clap in unison. Jeremiah Smith wide right. Wide to the left comes Carnell Tate. Nate Roberts, tight end, is in a slot left position. Single setback is Donaldson as Sayin works under center. And Donaldson will get the give. Going around right guard, gets to the 30, gets to about the 32 and thrown down at the Ohio State 32. James Rolder, linebacker, makes the stop. Jimmy Rolder. His mama calls him James probably.
3rd down for Ohio State. 6 of 9 so far in this ball game. This will be 3rd and short.
And they're working that clock too, Jim. Less than 3 to play third quarter. Leading 24-9, Ohio State are. 3rd and short, Buckeyes at their own 32-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Tight end Jelani Thurman on the right side of the line. 2 of them on the left side, Kazmarek and Christian. Roberts, the front man in an I formation in front of Robertson, in front of Donaldson, but Sayin takes the snap and lunges straight ahead. And he should get the first down with that ball being marked probably around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they went ahead and waved him on. So first down for Ohio State. Milking the clock, getting first downs, converting on third downs, running the football in this drive. Maybe a shot down to Jeremiah Smith. He's been relatively quiet. Now he's going to go on the sideline, so that won't happen.
Ball is at the 34 on the Ohio State side of the field. We thought that Julian Sayin had his first rushing touchdown in the first half, but it was overturned on a replay. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 34. C.J. Donaldson, West Virginia transfer, the most experienced back, is the single setback. Sayin under center, Carson Hinsman. And Sayin will hand it to Donaldson. Going right side, Donaldson 35, 40. Makes it to the 41 before he is knocked down at his own 41 by Cole Sullivan, linebacker.
Yeah, Cole Sullivan gets up a little bit slow after that last play, kind of grabbing his right leg, but he will stay in there. Nice gain on first down for the Buckeyes.
Sullivan playing because of the absence of Ernest Hausman, a linebacker who had 8 tackles against Ohio State last year. 2nd and 3. Buckeyes at their own 41. Less than a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. 24-9, Ohio State leading after they fell behind 6-0 at the outset of the game.
I don't think we've passed yet on this drive.
I don't think so, Jim. Jeremiah Smith wide right, Carnell Tate wide to the left if Julian Sayin decides to pass. C.J. Donaldson next to him in the backfield. And Sayin looking to pass, sets up at his 32-yard line. Flings that one deep down the left side for Carnell Tate. Incomplete to the Michigan 25-yard line. As Tate went down that sideline, step for step with him was defensive back Zeke Berry.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the wind or whatever took that out of bounds. No chance for Carnell Tate to come up with that completion. Pretty well covered down the field also.
Zeke Berry, a senior from Pittsburgh, California, and De La Salle High School, has made a lot of plays Michigan defensively today. So 3rd and 3, Ohio State at their own 41-yard line. Out of the huddle, David Adolph will go wide to the right. Coming wide to the left, Bryson Rogers and 2 tight ends, one of them Kazmarek motioning to the right. Now Julian Sayin appears to be changing the play with Donaldson in the backfield next to him. 3rd and 3, Ohio State at their own 41. Sayin looking to Fleur. Sayin now rolling the right side. Sayin at his own 35 to his 40-yard line, steps out of bounds at his own 44. Finally forced out by Jaden Mangum. Julian Sayin on the run up the right side. Let's see where they officially spot that in. Are they going to move the chains?
Yes, they are.
Oh, nice first down run by Julian Sayin.
Yeah, good job there. Good pocket presence. And again, with that formation, with all those tight ends, you're not thinking pass, you're thinking run. So Julian goes back there. Looks like he's going to pass. Sees it open up with the man coverage down the field, takes off.
1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 44 with 34 seconds remaining in the third quarter. C.J. Donaldson behind Sayin in a pistol formation. 3 receivers wide to the left. One of them Adolph motions into the backfield. Give to Donaldson running right side behind a David Adolph block. He's going to grab and stop to the 41-yard line. Blowing that play up for Michigan. And right on the spot for the Wolverines was Jair Hill, cornerback who had an interception earlier today.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of a yard. It could have been worse. It could have been marked back maybe another yard or 2. got a favorable spot there on that second down.
And the third quarter will come to an end here at the Big House in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And after 3 quarters, it's 24-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. Timeout on the field. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Back in snowy Ann Arbor, Skip Mossick with a check of your college football scoreboard. It is brought to you by Incoba Insurance. Incoba, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Top 25, fourth quarter, Texas Tech blowing out West Virginia 42-0. Also in the fourth, Miami up on Pittsburgh 17-7. Halftime, BYU has jumped out in front of UCF 17-14. Games around the state this afternoon. Fourth quarter, Toledo leads Central Michigan 14-3. Fourth quarter, Miami, Ohio leading Ball State 38-10. FCS playoffs got underway today. Fourth quarter in Youngstown, YSU leading Yale 42-29. Ohio State 24, Michigan 9 as we head to the fourth with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
Thank you, Skip, and welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com, equal housing lender, and MLS number 2229. And Jim, this Ohio State team showed some serious heart the way they were able to come from behind after they trailed 6-0 early in the game.
Yeah, they did. They made plays. They started running the football, made a couple nice pass plays. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate into the end zone. This drive, they've been running the football. 8 runs, 1 pass. They did have 1 pass to Carnell Tate that was incomplete along the sidelines. In that third quarter, Paul, they had the ball 9.5 minutes. They came in, they had like a 3-minute time of possession lead. Now it's up to 10 minutes after that third quarter of dominating and keeping the ball. That's the best
conditions
defense you can play, right?
Condition because of the conditions,
exactly. Just run the ball down the field, some short passes, maybe some screens here or some quick slants for Ohio State. They're going to have some work to do here to pick up a first down behind the chains at 2nd and 11.
Well, the snow has started to put a layer on the field, so that probably has something to do with the thinking of the coaching staff, but the running game has been advancing the ball and churning the clock.
It's been the same offensive line the whole game. Tedgar Shabola in there at right guard's been there the whole game. Phillip Daniels, Carson Hintzman, Luke Montgomery, Austin Saraville, all doing a decent job. Really good job pass blocking so far.
2nd and 11. Ohio State owns the ball at their own 43-yard line with the fourth quarter about to start here in Ann Arbor. The Buckeyes trying to break a 4-game losing streak against their arch rivals from Michigan.
Have 341 yards after 3 quarters of playing. 224 in the air, 117 on the ground.
And if they're able to finish this off, a trip to the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis next Saturday to meet Indiana. So 2nd and 11, Ohio State at their own 43. Julian Sayin, who's thrown 3 touchdown passes, sets up in a shotgun. Bo Jackson next to him in the backfield. Sayin back to throw from his 34. Sayin will dump it out on the right side. Max Clare, who scoots to the 50-yard line, bumps off some defenders and is taken down to the Michigan 48. Jimmy Rolder, linebacker, makes the stop.
Good gain there on second down. They picked up 9 yards. They tried to look deep to Carnell. Julian Sayin, he didn't see the deep pass, so he went to his checkoff, the tight end, Max Clare. Clare catches it. He's able to get some positive yards after the catch to set up this third down.
And 2 to go. Ball at the Michigan 48-yard line. Smith and Roberts wide right. Tate wide left. Sayin in a pistol formation. Right behind him is running back Bo Jackson. 3rd and 2. Ohio State at the Michigan 48. Roberts now motions into the backfield. Sayin gets the snap. Hands it Bo Jackson. Angles left side of the Michigan 45. To the Michigan 40 goes Jackson. Slides up to the Michigan 35 where he is finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That stop racked up by T.J. Metcalf, defensive back, but it's a first down pickup by Bo Jackson presented by Kroger.
They might have missed a face mask there at the end of that call, but Bo Jackson, I think with that carry, he's over 100 yards, 104 yards. That's his 6th 100-yard game of the season.
And his 3rd in a row for the freshman from Cleveland. 1st and 10, Ohio State to the Michigan 35.
He's almost to 1,000.
Yes. Wild.
9:39.
Yes. 24-9, Ohio State leading Michigan early 4th quarter. And on 1st and 10 to the Wolverine 35, it'll be Roberts and West in an offset eye, Sayin in the middle of it. Sayin gets the snap, feeds Isaiah West running right side. He gets bunched up and stopped right around the Michigan 37-yard line. As Michigan had linebacker Cole Sullivan, one of a trio of defenders that busted that play up.
Cole Sullivan, the sophomore linebacker, is going to be good in the future. He's got good hands, too. He leads the team in interceptions with 3.
Missed a couple of games this year due to the injury. Sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They have one of their players from Pittsburgh, California. 2nd and 11. Ohio State to the Michigan 36. Jeremiah Smith out wide to the left. Wide to the right are Bryson Rogers and Will Kazmarek. Isaiah West is behind Julian Sayin in a pistol formation. 2nd and 11, Ohio State from the Michigan 36. West the give. Straight ahead he goes. Squirts through. West gets to the 25. Bangs his way to the 21 of Michigan before he is finally stopped. Isaiah West was knocked down by one of the defensive backs as he moved up the middle of the field and gains the first down for Ohio State.
Isaiah West looking like a pinball running through the middle of the defense. Got banged around 2 or 3 different times off those bumpers. Finally got put down after he picked up the first down.
So the drive continues for Ohio State. It was Brandon Hillman who finally put West on the ground. 1st and 10 Buckeyes at the 22 of Michigan with 12 minutes to play, 4th quarter. And Ohio State protecting a 24-9 lead. Bo Jackson back into tailback. Julian Sayin under center. Feeds Jackson running right side. Jackson to the Michigan 20. Jackson dances his way to the 15. Jackson to the 14 where he's finally upended on a play that is made by Brandon Hillman, defensive back, getting the Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone and going for the kill.
Yeah, gain of 9 yards on that, so Ohio State can open up the playbook here. Let's see if they bring some wide receivers in and go for a TD. Doesn't look like they're going to do that. They're going to keep pounding the ball. They've had this almost now 8.5 minutes on this drive.
Bo and Woody would love it, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
11.5 to play, 4th quarter. 2nd and 1, Ohio State at the Michigan 13-yard line. Rogers wide left, Smith wide right. Julian Sayin in the shotgun with Bo Jackson off his left hip. Jackson with a snare, gets the handoff. Jackson is grabbed, and he's going to be dumped right around the 14-yard line. And trying to rip that ball away from Michigan was one of their defenders who came in late, but the play was finally put to an end by Trey Pierce, lineman.
Yeah, going to be 3rd and inches, so gain just a little bit there. Going to have to find a way to convert on 3rd down. Ohio State 9 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. Got a chance to get one here.
C.J. Donaldson, senior from Coral Gables, Florida. Their short yardage back will be in. 3rd and 1, as you said, Jim. Buckeyes at the 13 of Michigan. Donaldson, the single setback. Julian Sayin under center, Carson Hinsman. Now he'll step away and look all over and survey things. Roberts shifts into a fullback spot. I formation behind Sayin, who follows the center, goes straight ahead with a push on the rear end from Roberts, and it'll be a first down with the ball at about the 10 of Michigan. Will Kazmarek had a late shove on a Michigan player as the play came to an end. No flags come out, however, but Julian Sayin follows his blockers to move the chains.
Yeah, Nate Roberts at fullback ended up being the pushback, the old tush push, and was able to push Julian Sayin across the yardage he needed there to pick up that first down.
And make it 1st and goal at the Michigan 10. 10 minutes left in the game. 24-9, Ohio State leading. as the Buckeyes make a substitution. Sand had gone all the way to the sideline to get instructions. Carnell Tate off the line to the left, Smith wide right. Offset eye with Nate Roberts and C.J. Donaldson. Julian Sand under center. Sand hands it Donaldson, wiggling his way straight ahead, gets inside the 10, gets to about the 7, where he is finally put down. So he advances that ball, and Enau Etta, defensive lineman, tackles Donaldson.
Buckeyes now about 159 yards rushing. So they got Michigan had 108 yards. Most of those came in the first half.
2nd and 5 with a ball at the 6 is what the scoreboard tells us. And the clock nearing the 9-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Roberts and Donaldson stacked in an I formation behind Julian Sand. Carnell Tate off the line to the left. Tight ends on each side of the line. Sand under center, Carson Hinsman. Julian Sand will hand it off. Donaldson cutting back to the middle, stumbles and goes down at the 5. Jimmy Rolder, linebacker, was kind of in the area there, but it looked like Donaldson's feet might have hit one of his blockers.
Yeah, he kind of got him tripped up himself. He's going to pick up a couple yards, and that's always positive, but now you got 3rd down, a chance to pick up a first down before scoring.
3rd and 4 with the ball at the Michigan 5. That clock keeps winding, 8:39 and rolling, fourth quarter. 24-9, Ohio State leading. Buckeyes in no hurry to break that huddle. They finally do, as Roberts and Smith go wide left, Tate wide right, Kazmarek tight end on the right, Donaldson at tailback, now an offset eye with Roberts in front of him, and Sand under center. Sand fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Sand rolling to his right, lofts that in the right corner of the end zone, but just sends it out of bounds over the head of Will Kazmarek, who was covered by defensive back Brandon Hillman. So the field goal unit will come on.
Yeah, long drive for Ohio State. We talked about it. Long, slow drive. They took it all the way down the field. A drive that started on their 14-yard line. Now they're going to put it on Jaden Fielding's shoulders and see if he can put the ball through the uprights.
He hit a 24-yard field goal to get Ohio State on the board at the start of the day. This is going to be spotted at the 8, so an 18 senior kicker, Jaden Fielding from League City, Texas. Ball's put down, and Fielding's kick is in the air, and he knocks that one through the 2 yellow uprights to make it a 27-9 Ohio State lead over Michigan. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Aetna Medicare Solutions, guidance for the Medicare protection you need. Timeout with 8:10 left in the fourth quarter here in Ann Arbor. It is 27-9, Ohio State ahead of Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corollas and Corolla hybrids. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from The Diamond Seller, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Seller, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondseller.com.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. A 23-yard field goal for Jaden Fielding increases Ohio State's lead to 27-9 over Michigan. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification in the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 20-play drive, 81 yards, 11:56 off the clock. We talked about long, slow drive, and they delivered.
They sure did. Jaden Fielding has delivered 2 for 2 with field goals in this game. He now kicks off for Ohio State. Andrew Marsh is the deep returner for Michigan, and Marshall away for a fair catch, as does Joe Taylor, who grabs the ball. So Michigan will have the ball to their own 25-yard line. Timeout on the field, 17:55 left in the game here in Ann Arbor. It's 27-9, Ohio State ahead of Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics, The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
When life gets real, start at Kohl's, where they've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to play fourth quarter in Ann Arbor. It is 27-9. Ohio State ahead of Michigan. Down on the field to Tyler Denberg.
This defense knows, as the snow continues to fall here in Ann Arbor, they know that they have a couple of big possessions coming up. Sonny Styles recognizes that. He went over up and down to each positions group, DL, linebackers, and the defensive backs, and was talking to his guys, trying to give them encouragement to keep it going. He has hit his fingerprints as a leader all over this team this year and today. You go back to earlier before the game, he was the first guy out onto the field leading his guys. He said, you got to give it your all. They've certainly been holding up their end of the bargain today.
Well, and Ohio State's been dominating the clock, Jim.
Yeah, they've had the ball for 33 minutes, 55 seconds. Michigan, 17 minutes, 55 seconds. That 20-play drive there in the third quarter for points was a great, impressive drive that took a lot of that time off.
Michigan will have the ball first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Bryce Underwood, the freshman quarterback from Detroit, will bit the offense set. Junior tailback Bryson Cusdall right next to him. Jordan Marshall's been in and out of the lineup. He appeared to have re-aggravated a shoulder injury in the first half.
These guys are probably a little cold. They've been on the sideline for a while.
3 receivers to the right now. One of them a tight end. Klein will motion to the left. Bryce Underwood in a shotgun. Gets the snap. Underwood sets to throw, tosses quickly, ball deflected in the air, and it is incomplete and through the hands of Jermaine Matthews, who almost, cornerback, had an interception at the 30 on a ball that was thrown for Donovan McCauley, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that pass was a little bit high with that tip. Went through Donovan McCauley's hands and right into the hands of Jermaine Matthews, but he couldn't squeeze it to pull it in.
Had he gotten it, he was going to go all the way the other way for a score. 2nd and 10, Michigan at their own 25-yard line. Again, Bryce Underwood in a shotgun. He's got Marsh flanked wide to the right. McCauley is wide to the left with a couple of tight ends, one on each side. Underwood in a shotgun, gets the snap. Back to throw, looking to throw, being chased by Kenyatta Jackson, who trips him up and stops him right around the 17-yard line. Ohio State senior defensive end from Hollywood, Florida, brings that play up there where it will involve a course and third down for Michigan. Great play by Kenyatta Jackson.
Kenyatta Jackson was lying between the tackle and the left guard. Knifed through that gap, got in the backfield in a hurry, and took down Bryce Underwood for the first sack of the ball game. That's going to lose a lot of yards there.
To make it 3rd and 18 with that loss. Ball to the 17 for Michigan. So Bryce Underwood straight behind his center, Greg Crippen in a shotgun. Cusdall the backfield next to him. Underwood back to throw from his 9. He fires on the right side, and it is caught, and a big play made at the 18. Caleb Downs, safety, drops Deacon Tonelli out on the right flat, tight end, who got that ball and caught Caleb Downs, safety, right away.
Yeah, punt number 4 for Michigan. Defense gets a 3 and out after the offense has a long drive there in that third quarter. The Buckeyes offense is ready to get back out in their field after only being off for a little over a minute.
Well, this defense that got gashed early by runs from Jordan Marshall has tightened appropriately. The punter, Hudson Hollenbeck, is at his 4-yard line. Gets a chest-high snap, puts a punt in the air. And that one quickly will get to Brandon Ennis. Backs up, makes the grab at around his 29. Moves to the 35, 40. Left side he goes, 45, and tripped up and stopped by the 45-yard line of Ohio State. A penalty flag comes out. Zach Marshall with a tackle for Michigan. So let's see what the penalty is about here with 6:38 to play in the game, and Ohio State leading 27-9.
Yeah, I didn't remember. Did you remember?
During the return, holding number 21 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10, Ohio State.
And we'll get a timeout with 6:38 left in the game. It's 27-9, Ohio State ahead of Michigan. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
6:38 to play, fourth quarter here in Ann Arbor. It is 27-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. Time to spotlight today's best in game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, who works hard to be the best in the game and is a proud sponsor of those striving to be the best in theirs. Jim?
I'm going Bo Jackson. On today's conditions, the way it is, wet, rainy, not rainy, but snowy, cold. You got to be able to run the football. Ohio State responded. Bo Jackson, a career-high 20 attempts, 113 yards, averaging 5.7 per carry.
Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
After that stop for Ohio State's defense, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, and Jermaine Matthews ran back over to the sideline, had their hands flapping and waving to the sections of Ohio State fans that have come out to support. They can taste a victory. They just have to close it out for the final 6.5 minutes. And on the defensive line side, Larry Johnson, who's so composed, cool, calm, and collected, he was all smiles. He even did Kenyatta Jackson Jr.'s sack celebration in honor of Jackson's sack on that series.
Well, some of the Michigan fans have decided to depart elsewhere. By the way, 111,373, the 326th consecutive sellout in Michigan Stadium.
Yeah, it was tough weather conditions, but for the most part, everybody stayed to enjoy this. Now you're seeing a little bit more scarlet in the stadium.
You certainly are. They want to stay and see the conclusion of it. 1st and 10, Ohio State with the ball to their own 29-yard line. Julian Sand, who's thrown 3 touchdown passes, will work under center Carson Hinsman. Bo Jackson behind him at tailback. And the give will go to Bo Jackson, running past left guard, but he runs right into the arms of a defensive lineman who drops him right there at the 30-yard line of Ohio State, and that stop was made by defensive lineman Trey Pierce, a junior from Chicago.
Yep, 6'2", 310-pound junior, playing nose guard inside, came off the block inside, was able to make that play.
So it will be 2nd and 8. Ohio State at their own 31. Trying to burn that clock, 6:11 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Got those gold pants polished up yet, Jim?
Yeah, ready to make the call.
Yeah, I understand. Ohio State with quarterback Julian Sayin working under center again. David Adolph wide to the left, Bryson Rogers wide right. Bo Jackson single setback. As Sayin will hand it to Jackson, going straight up the middle. Jackson goes down right around his own 33 in there to kind of gum up everything and bring that pile to an end. Jimmy Rolder along with TJ Guy, two of Michigan's linebackers.
Yeah, we got a little fight here after this again.
Oh, boy.
Pushing and shoving.
And now it
Hold
seems
your
like
composure.
It's kind of quelled somewhat quickly. Don't see any yellow flags out yet.
Julian Sains over on the sideline talking to Brian Hartline and Coach Day as they have this scrum going on.
So it seems to have been diffused without any penalty occurring. Ohio State will be looking at 3rd and 6 at their own 33.
What a delay a game.
You know, I was just thinking about that when I looked at the clock to see what time was left. There is a flag. Yes, there is a flag down there. Thank you, Skip Mossick.
Got to think this is against the team up north.
Well, we shall be.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Number 8, Michigan. Number 51, Ohio State. Those penalties offset. The down counts. 3rd down. That's their first toward disqualification.
That's linebacker Derek Moore of Michigan, lineman Luke Montgomery of Ohio State. So the down counting, 3rd and 6. Ohio State will have the ball at their own 33. David Adolph wide to the left, wide to the right. Bryson Rogers and Brandon Ennis for Ohio State, who will have C.J. Donaldson at a tailback. Next to quarterback Julian Sayin. 3rd and 6, Ohio State at their own 33. Here in the fourth quarter, leading 27-9. Sayin changes the play, drops into a shotgun. Michigan looks like they want to blitz. Now Sayin's going to give instructions at the line again, and Michigan will adjust themselves. Sayin back in a shotgun with Donaldson off his right hip. Sayin gets the snap. Hands to Donaldson, running left side. Donaldson to his own 35. Donaldson will get to his 39, where he is tackled by defensive back Brandon Hillman. Did he get the first down?
No, he didn't.
Okay, he's close.
He's very close. Clock's running.
It is 4:52 and rolling.
Ohio State will keep their offense. Either take down the clock and call a timeout and punt, or just go for it here. They've won for it once on a 4th down, one for a touchdown.
4th and 1, ball at the Ohio State 38. And as you said, Jim, the offense remains out there. With some substitutions having occurred, Michigan will sub as well. Nate Roberts and C.J. Donaldson will make up an I formation behind quarterback Julian Sayin, who will work under center. Nobody out wide. Sayin barking out the call from behind center Carson Hinsman, but we'll get a timeout, it looks like, called.
Freeze play.
Yep, to try and draw him offside. So the whistle
Prior
is
to
stop
the
play.
delay of game. Timeout, Ohio State. First charge of the half.
4 minutes and 20 seconds on the fourth quarter clock here at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. It is 27-9, Ohio State leading Michigan. And still the Buckeyes looking at a 4th and 1 from their own 38-yard line. So we'll see if Ryan Day and his staff change their modus operandi here.
Yeah, see, they probably got the punt team kind of huddled up there getting ready to do that if that's the decision that Coach Day goes, or to go for it. It's about a half a yard, so very doable. Let's just see what they decide to do here. Another decision time for Coach Day.
Well, and part of that decision has to be how well this defense has played too, Jim.
They have played awful well, and honestly, I would just punt the ball away, I think, and go play defense. Make the field a little bit longer. But Coach Day appears to be going for it.
He does. As Julian Sayin walks out onto the field with some of his teammates. So 4th and 1, Ohio State with the ball at their own 38. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock here in the fourth quarter. It is 27-9, Ohio State with a lead. Nobody out wide. Nate Roberts, C.J. Donaldson, I formation behind quarterback Julian Sayin. Squats under a center, Carson Hinsman. Sand gets the snap, hands to Donaldson, and Donaldson shoots ahead. He'll get the first down, landing at about his own 41-yard line. Zeke Berry, defensive back, tackles C.J. Donaldson, but that'll move the chains.
Yep, and that's going to take some more time off this clock. Buckeyes perfect on fourth down conversions, 2 for 2 in this ball game. That one was a big one. It gives them 3 more downs and a chance to take another minute or 2 off this clock.
That first one was a big one, too. It went for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was.
Ball is at the 41 of Ohio State with 3:48 and counting in the fourth quarter. And you can start to, if you're listening on the radio, as you should be, hear more of the Ohio State fans' reaction to plays like that. Bryson Rogers, wide receiver, set wide to the right. I formation, Nate Roberts, C.J. Donaldson. Give Donaldson straight ahead. Donaldson to the 45 on his own side of the field, and that's where he will go down. At the Ohio State 45, Michigan had linebacker, defensive back T.J. Metcalf come in. It was Isaiah West, excuse me. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, that 2 and 3 can. They call a timeout here?
Timeout. Michigan, first charged, 30 seconds.
3:26 on the clock. Here in the fourth quarter, it will be 2nd and 4, Ohio State with the ball at their own 47-yard line, and some of the Buckeye players coming off the sideline and dancing on the snow-covered field, sensing what's coming. A pair of gold pants, a trip to Indianapolis to the Big Ten championship game. And there's a lot of guessing that just getting to the championship game probably has Ohio State locked into a first-round bye in the playoffs.
Buckeyes have ran the ball 25 times the second half. They've only thrown the ball, I think, 9 times.
Wow.
No, 10 times.
Rex Kern would have loved that.
Yeah,
Woody Hayes would have loved that.
9 times, I was right. Yeah. So
and 3 of them went for touchdowns.
25 rushes, 9 passes in this second half. That was a nice run there on first down by Isaiah West.
It sure was. So the Ohio State players will continue to huddle up. 3:26 on the fourth quarter clock. 2nd and 4, Buckeyes at their own 47 and leading 27-9 over Michigan.
Buckeyes over 400 yards of total offense, 411. Michigan was only giving up 302 yards coming into this game.
Nate Roberts, Isaiah West make an I formation. West, a freshman from Philadelphia. Quarterback Julian Sand under center. Hands it to West again. Going over left guard. West is going to be wrapped up and stopped right around the 48-yard line. There's a handful of Michigan players got in there, and some of them still trying to rake the ball away. One of the last to get off the pile is defensive back Caleb Anderson, defensive back involved in that tackle.
Yeah, it's a good lead block there by Nate Roberts, number 83. The tight end plays a little fullback. He's able to pull through there. Buckeyes have a couple yards to go to pick up another first down, and Michigan's starting to run out of timeouts.
Roberts, a freshman from Washington, Oklahoma. And boy, it was like maybe about a fourth of the way into the season, we started to see him getting some more opportunities out there, Jim.
Yeah, they talked about him during training camp that this guy is making some good progress. And when you got 5 guys in that room, obviously the freshman is at the back of the line, but he's probably played a little bit more than Jelani Thurman has of late because of his blocking ability.
Well, the Ohio State fans soaking in the moment as the
OHIO
OHIO chant going around Michigan Stadium.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, 2019 was their last victory right up here. Ohio State won in dominant fashion that game. Ryan Day is looking to get his second win over Michigan.
Of course, 2020, the game did not occur because of the pandemic.
16 wins in a row for this Ohio State football team.
Nation's best. Heading into the postseason.
And it ties Ryan Day's longest winning streak here at Ohio State.
3rd and 3. Ohio State with the ball to their own 48. Roberts and West again in the I formation. Behind quarterback Julian Sand. Hand off Isaiah West, and he's tripped up and stopped. He got tripped up by his guard, Luke Montgomery. He comes down around the 45 of Ohio State. And again, more players have to be separated from one another.
It looked like Luke Montgomery was pulling to his right there and got tripped up. I don't know if he caught a heel of the center or somebody got blown up. So Buckeyes will send their punch out.
Yeah.
Michigan, 3rd and final.
As you can hear, Michigan has used up their allotment of timeouts with 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the game that Ohio State leads 27-9.
Third punt for Ohio State in this ball game.
If things stay the way they are, this would be Michigan's first home loss this year.
Actually, punt number 2.
They had won 31 of their last 33 games at home. Their 2 losses this year came on the road against USC and Oklahoma.
Get a good snap here and a good punt. I would punt it towards the sidelines. No chance for a return.
Speaking of that, the returner will drop back deep. That is Andrew Marsh of Michigan. Joe McGuire, junior from Australia, in his second year as the regular punter, came into the game averaging 42 yards per punt.
Yeah, they had Samaj Morgan doing a lot of that returning during the course of the year, but he's been banged up.
Yeah, did not play today. Perlman snaps it to McGuire. He'll hit this punt from his 35, and that one end over end will bounce at the Michigan 25. It'll check up there and then be batted out of bounds by John Furman like he had a cesta playing high-lie. Knocks it out. So Michigan will have the ball with 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And Ohio State leading 27-9.
Yeah, get another stop here by the defense. Last time it was a 3-and-out. Kenyatta Jackson picked up a sack. Have it 4th and 18.
So Bryce Underwood, freshman quarterback, will bring his offense out onto the field where Michigan will have it at their own 25. He'll have Bryson Cusdall next to him at running back. 3 receivers flanked out wide to the right. McCulley, the single receiver, to the left. Underwood gets the snap, drops behind his 20 to throw, shoots that up the right side where Marlon Klein catches and goes down on the ground at his own 30 out on the right side where he was covered by safety Caleb Downs.
Ohio State saying that's incomplete, and the back judge signals incompletion.
Oh, so it will be.
Side judge called it a completion.
He sure did.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, Michigan at their own 25-yard line. Well, there's some people that thought that Michigan, with a victory, might possibly insert themselves into talk of the college football playoff. That'll be quashed. So 2nd and 10, Michigan at their own 25-yard line. And now we've got whistles to stop play.
Please reset the game clock to 3:01. 3:01 due to the incomplete pass. Thank you.
Well,
you think the home team would do a better job at that?
Yeah, well, they probably got caught by, like you said, Jim, the one official called it a complete pass. Yeah. 2nd and 10, Michigan at their own 25-yard line. Bryce Underwood gets the snap, drops behind his 20 to pass again, looks, he's grabbed, but throws the ball out where it's caught. Cusdall on the right side is tackled by linebacker Sonny Styles at the 30-yard line. Kenyatta Jackson looked like he had his hands on Underwood as he threw the ball. It brings up a course and 3rd down.
He did. He bull rushed the left tackle, Blake Fraser, all the way back.
3rd and 5, Michigan at their own 30. They quickly get set. Underwood looking to throw, rolling around, looks to throw and dumps an incomplete pass out on the left side where he underthrew Donovan McCulley. That'll bring up 4th down with 2:37 left in the game.
And obviously the decision here by Michigan is they have to go for it.
Yes. Trailing 27-9. 2:37 left. We'll have the 2-minute timeout coming up shortly. So
4th and 5.
Yes.
Let's see Ohio State if they dial up a blitz here. Caleb Downs get involved in the pass rush.
Michigan at their own 30. Bryson Cusdall off the right hip of quarterback Bryce Underwood, who has 3 wide to the left. Donovan McCulley is wide right. Greg Cripp in the center snaps it to Bryce Underwood. Throws on the right side, and it is intercepted by Davison Igbinosun. The cornerback picks it off as the ball was thrown behind Donovan McCulley, and Igbinosun with his 3rd career interception. And Ohio State's going to get the football after that pick thrown by Bryce Underwood, and with 2:33 to play, the Buckeyes will have the ball.
He took it all the way to the end zone, took his helmet off, and is celebrating with the fans.
But it was down when he went to the ground after he picked it. Davison Igbinosun, who had a big interception last year at Penn State. There are flags down.
After the interception, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 from Ohio State for removing his helmet. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10, Ohio State.
So a big moment by Davison Igbinosun and a less desirable act after he comes up with that interception.
Act like you've been there before, right?
Yes, because that could hurt you in a close game.
Made a big play there. We understand the emotions. You got the interception. Run your sideline and celebrate with your teammates.
That is the 7th interception for Ohio State's defense this year. So with 2:33 to play in the game, the Buckeyes with the ball leading 27-9. And that ball's going to be moved back to the Ohio State 48-yard line because of that penalty.
This will be all runs.
C.J. Donaldson, Nate Roberts make up an offset eye behind quarterback Julian Sand. David Adolph is off the line to the right. Tight ends deployed on each side. First down, Ohio State at their own 48. And the give goes to Donaldson, running past left guard, and Donaldson goes down right at the 50-yard line as Michigan was anticipating the run, and they get the play made. In there to stop him was defensive lineman Trey Pierce.
And this will take it down to the 2-minute warning,
which will give Ohio State 2 more minutes to just soak it all in.
Well, they like to call it the timeout in college football.
Yes, the 2-minute timeout. They want to be different. And why not? And here we go, 2-minute timeout here at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. Timeout with Ohio State leading Michigan 27-9. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
27-9, Ohio State leading at Michigan with 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Our thanks to AEP Energy for sponsoring our Buckeye pregame show all season long. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, and our pregame show starts 6:30. Next Saturday from Indianapolis, where Ohio State will face Indiana in the Big Ten Championship game. A reminder to stay with us after today's game. For the Encova Insurance postgame show, we'll hear from Coach Ryan Day and announce our postgame awards, including the IBEW Electric Play of the Game. Been a few of them.
Yeah, there have. Obviously, Carnell Tate, welcome back. He made a big play in this game. Jeremiah Smith, big play touchdown. But Bo Jackson doing a lot of the dirty work. 22 carries, 117 yards. The Buckeyes have rushed for 177 yards in this ball game.
And this defense has kept a Michigan offense that is averaging almost 30 points a game without a touchdown.
Yeah.
Has held them to 3 field goals.
They've only given up 4 rushing touchdowns all year, 5 passing touchdowns. So this defense has been stingy, even though they gave up a few points more than their average of 7.6 per game.
2nd and 8. Ohio State owns the ball at the 50-yard line. This possession set up by a Davison Igbenosian interception of Bryce Underwood.
How about our freshman quarterback, Julian Sane?
Yes.
Showing some composure, coming back after that interception on the second play. Offensively for Ohio State, came back and had a fantastic ball game.
Threw 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. Even saw him running a little bit, Jim.
Yeah, picked up a key first down.
A couple of shoves from behind to get some short yardage. So 2 minutes left in the game. 27-9. Ohio State leading Michigan. 2nd and 8. Buckeyes at the 50-yard line. Sand under center. He's got Roberts and Donaldson behind him in an offset I formation. Nobody out wide. Donaldson the handoff. Straight ahead goes C.J. Donaldson. And he's going to be yanked down to the ground past the 50-yard line at about the 47. And it is continuing to be feisty out there.
Officials are doing the best job they can to keep the guys separated, but there's 2 or 3 skirmishes after every play, so they get separated.
Troy Bowles, linebacker, was going after, or was engaged, we should say, with tight end Bennett Christian. So now that play, it's 3rd and 5, Ohio State to the Michigan 47, with a minute and a half and rolling here in the fourth quarter. 27-9, Ohio State with a victory, or the lead, headed to victory. Roberts and Donaldson stacked in a straight I formation behind quarterback Julian Sand, who snuggles under a center. Carson Hinsman feeds Donaldson, running right side. Donaldson loose to the 45, gets to the Michigan 40, where he's going to be thrown down to the Michigan 40 by Troy Bowles, taken down aggressively. It's a first down on the run by C.J. Donaldson, and He had both arms wrapped around the football, clutching it like a prized possession.
Now all they have to do is take a knee and take the victory back to Ohio and Columbus. Outstanding performance by this Ohio State football team. It's taken a while, 4 years, since they've been able to enjoy a victory over Michigan.
They're going to have some offensive players get behind Julian Sand as we have 40 seconds and counting on the fourth quarter clock. This will end a losing streak that has been a big shadow over the Ohio State program. Sand under center, takes the snap, takes the knee. And that's going to do it. Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9, finishing the regular season undefeated and headed to the Big Ten championship game to meet the Indiana Hoosiers as a gateway to the college football playoff once again. The final score, 27-9, Ohio State over Michigan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams.